Yo, 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 yo. You. We live, we live, we live. We live like Channel 4 and Channel 5, man. So I'm gonna do a live stream tonight. I just wanted to do this one before I got ready to go to bed. Honestly, I was gonna do the debate, but I just, I'm politicked out today. So plus I told you I'm not really feeling too well. So, I just ain't got the energy for it. Y'all seen that debate. It was easy work. Um, easy work. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into this Teo'S situation and Ryan Garcia, right? Now, we're gonna recap the is what it is interview. It was definitely a capathon from Teo. Definitely a capathon. Um, and my question is, why are Teo and Ryan calling out Bud? Okay. And then my next question is it to protect Canelo Alvarez? And the reason why I asked that is because since there's been heavy talks or there's been like a consistent talk, there's some motion of people wanting to see Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. If y'all remember, in the contract with the PBC with Canelo Alvarez, they had Earl Spence named. Earl Spence was rumored to go and fight um, Canelo Alvarez. Okay, so when it comes down to Terrence Crawford and him wanting to go up there and with him beating Earl Spence in the fashion that he did, people will want to see that fight. I think Bud honestly has been low key, always kind of wanted Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not all the way, but after a certain amount of time, he like, nah, I can really beat this dude. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny about this is you would think that, all right, both of these guys are talking about 147, 140. Ryan's like in between what 140, 147. Teal's at 140. Bud is at 154. Okay. With Bud wanting to call out Canelo Alvarez, all of a sudden Teofimo Lopez wants to skip over 147 and jump up to 154. All of a sudden Ryan Garcia wants to jump over 147 and go straight to 154 and fight Bud Crawford. And y'all actually believe that? This is absolutely garbage, man. Absolutely garbage and nonsense. And y'all need to stop being fanned out. Y'all need to stop being fanned out at the end of the day. Bud Crawford and Terrence and Canelo Alvarez is the fight if we're not gonna get Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. Let's just be clear on that. Bud Crawford's number one pound for pound. He really want the smoke. It ain't about just a payday for him. He think he can actually get in there and win and claim his right as being the best fighter, being the Terrence Crawford era. And the only way for it to be the Terrence Crawford era is for him to be able to get up there and knock off a giant like Canelo Alvarez. And he really mean it. He's really willing to go up to 154. And what's funny to me is that they're willing to skip these opportunities. So you don't want to fight Boots. You don't want to fight Boots Ennis. You just want to jump up to 154. Tio, you want to just jump up to 154 and fight Terrence Crawford, and you're telling me that, oh yeah, it's going to be Terrence Crawford's biggest payday and all this other stuff. Like, yo, y'all are insane. You know what I'm saying? Y'all absolutely insane. Now let me come over here real quick. We're gonna come over to Ryan Garcia first. Let me make sure I'm working. So we're gonna come over here to Ryan Garcia before we even get over to this whole situation going on. All right. All right. I just want to make sure I'm working. All right. So let me share the video. So I don't own the rights to none of this footage. Fair act use. Salute the fight hype. You know what I mean? Salute the fight hype. Fair act use. Fair act use. Fair act use. Okay. So this is Ryan Garcia calling out Bud Crawford. This is not the first time he's called him out. I think this is probably like the second time or third time now. So this is the most recent one at least.
I supported it. I always knew you could beat Devin Haney. He never have fought someone with your athletic ability. I did want to ask a question. What's been Ryan's response within the boxing industry? You don't have to say names, but have you received mostly positive from people inside boxing, or have you been looked sideways? And then last thing, I want to put something out in the ether, Ryan. I think I'm gonna get crucified for this. I talk boxing. I want to see Ryan Garcia, Bud Crawford. I want to see it. I think you could do it, Ryan. The guy's old. He's gun shy, and he hasn't fought anybody with your athletic ability. So
Okay. So, my bad, y'all. I'm eating at the same time. But this dude right here is all the way fanned out. Okay. This is what you call somebody that's fanned out. All right. He want Ryan to go up to 154 and fight Bud Crawford, and he says they could do it. He says that Bud is gun shy. The man said Bud is gun shy. Unreal.
that's my take.
No, I haven't really had any type of pushback from the boxing community. I think a lot of people are confused on how to handle this situation. They are very scared and they don't know. I think everybody's scared of getting quote unquote canceled for having an opinion. Nobody really stands on shit in boxing. Everybody's kind of scared. It's kind of weird. And as far as Bud Crawford, I called him out already. Um, I think he literally is only trying to fight Canelo Alvarez. So I don't think that's going to happen. I would love to fight Bud Crawford. I don't think he's as good as people say he is. I've said this publicly, and I'll say it on live right now. If Bud is listening, I would love to fight you. I feel like I would literally beat the shit out of you.
All right. So he says that he'll beat the shit out of Bud Crawford. Now, this is what I'm saying. Y'all have allowed Ryan to go so far. Now this nigga think he can get out. He beat Devin Haney. Now all of a sudden this nigga can get out here and beat the fuck out of goddamn Terrence Crawford. This is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous at the end of the day. But why? Why now? Why wasn't you calling out Bud then? You know, you get one big win and now all of a sudden you ready to fight Bud Crawford. Or is this really y'all protecting Canelo Alvarez? Now a dude in my comment section, one of the videos that I did, he laughed my ass off. Huh, dude talking about protecting Canelo. They protecting Canelo. Yeah, because that's a way for them to be like, oh, won't you fight Tio? Won't you fight Ryan Garcia? Like they've actually done shit in the magnitude of Bud Crawford. Tio has never been undisputed. I don't care what he's talking about. Tio's absolutely a delusional liar at the end of the day, straight up and down. He might tell the truth on some things, but most of like him being undisputed and had this weird obsession with him actually being undisputed without being undisputed is just weird. You know what I'm saying? Um, but whatever, right? It's just distraction. It's like they don't want to see Bud get that fight. It's like they don't want to see. Nah, Bud, I'll fight you. Nah, you can't. You can't fight Canelo. Fight me. Fight me. And these are dudes in lower weight class. Fight me. And let's say Bud actually went and fought one of these dudes and beat the fuck out of him. Man, Bud ain't really. I mean, he pulled up a little dude to go fight him. He went down there to the little dude and wanted to go fight him. No, the little dude wanted to smoke. So if Bud decided to go down there and beat the fuck out of one of these niggas, I don't want to hear it. Same way, but when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. Bud been wanting to smoke. He been low key saying shit for years about how Canelo really ain't fighting nobody, this, that, and the third. So Bud now feels he's at a point and his body has grown and become accustomed to where he feels like I can go in there and beat Canelo. I'm good enough to go in there and beat Canelo. I know that, right? And now you got the distraction tactics going on, trying to stop this brother from getting the bag. I guess, right?
You're a good fighter, but I don't think you've ever fought somebody with talent and explosiveness and power. In my opinion, I mean, you beat Sean Porter. Sean Porter is a great fighter, but kind of basic. Errol Spence Jr. came off a crash. Don't think he's that good. Have you fought anybody with one punch knockout power? No. So I feel like Bud Crawford is overrated. Now you guys could have your own opinions on it. That's how I feel. Um, I'm a boxer. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight him. I'll beat the shit out of him. I feel like in my heart, and that's it. Point blank, period. And I would actually fight him. There's a difference. I would actually fight him. You would actually see Ryan Garcia in the ring with Bud Crawford. I don't know about. I can't speak for these other fighters. I don't know if Tank would fight Bud Crawford, but
Why you bringing up Tank name? See what I'm saying? Like let me find out Tank is a part of this shit too. Y'all speaking of, yeah, man, we don't need to let him fight Canelo, man. We need to, nah, man, we don't want to see that, man, because, nah, we don't want to see that. Are y'all niggas on three-way and shit talking about y'all gonna be out here fucking protecting Canelo Alvarez and shit? Like, this is ridiculous, dog. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if Tank, why you bringing Tank name up? You know what I'm saying? Tank ain't got shit to do with you talking about beating the shit out of Bud Crawford. See what I'm saying? That's why y'all gotta watch niggas like Ryan, bro. Ryan is a weird dude, man. He's a weird dude, man.
You know,
But y'all up here talking about Jesus, 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 and all this wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
I would fight Bud Crawford with pride, and I would go in there and give it all that I got. Now, if he doesn't want it, that's not my fault. If he doesn't think it's a match, that ain't my fault. He's not a draw. He doesn't bring anything to the table. He's boring as fuck. But
And that's the whole stigma. Now, a nigga that was getting nothing but knockouts at 140. This is what I'm saying. Like, y'all let Ryan get up here and just say anything. This what I be meaning. These people that follow Ryan Garcia are absolutely bots and fanned out. Some of these niggas may not even be real humans. I'm under the notion that some of these niggas ain't even real humans, dog, or they just super fanned out. To say that Bud is not exciting, nigga, are you stupid or are you dumb? Because at 147, Bud was knocking everybody out. If getting knockouts in boxing is considered boring all of a sudden, then what the fuck are you then? Because that's what you were doing. You was out here getting knockouts with the left hand and all this other shit. So, but you didn't have a streak of knocking niggas out like Bud did. Bud was finishing niggas. You got your shit ended by Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Came back, got a knockout against Oscar Duarte, and then you fought Devin Haney and got a win in that. You couldn't even get the stoppage in that. Off a nigga that was motherfucking depleted and motherfucking outmatched at the end of the day and couldn't get out of the way of a goddamn left hook. You couldn't knock him out. But you up here talking about he's not exciting. Like, what are you talking about, Ryan? You know what I'm saying? Just because you got followers and you got these little groupie ass dudes and shit that's all in your corner. Yeah, man, Ryan. Ha ha. Yeah, Ryan, man. Call me a monkey, Ryan. Ha ha. Call me a nigga, Ryan. Yeah. Talk about black people, Ryan. Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way, Ryan. Just because you got these goofy niggas in your corner, dog, that don't mean that you saying some real shit or you telling the truth, dog. You're lying. You're lying. You're straight lying for no reason. There's no reason to even get up here and lie like this. There's no reason for Ryan to be doing this. Unless there's an agenda behind that shit. And the agenda is to keep Crawford away from Canelo, dog. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about, but because this shit is weird to me. Why not call out Boots then? Y'all both in y'all prime, right? Y'all both in y'all prime. Boots got a name for himself. You pretty much at 147. You're struggling to make 143 and shit like that. So go ahead and fight goddamn Boots Ennis. But you don't want to do that. You want to call out a nigga and you want to call out Bud. Won't you call out Boots Ennis? He's right there. You don't want to make that fight. You don't think that'll be a big fight. Boots is exciting. Boots is exciting, Ryan. So why not fight? Why not call out Boots?
I would probably give him the biggest payday of his life if he takes stuff out.
And this is how these niggas be talking when they get a little big fight. I would be giving him the biggest payday of his life and all this other shit. Like, bruh, you would be a part of making a big payday. You are not the big payday, my nigga. Like, stop acting like you the big payday. You're not, fam. You're not the big payday for Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford can go fight Fedora, get a good payday. He can go fight a bunch of these dudes and get a good Jamel Charlo, get a great payday, right? What are you talking about, fam? You know what I mean? When it comes down to, and then obviously him fighting Canelo Alvarez is the biggest payday. So of course he's gonna want to go for the biggest payday, and it's a fight that he believes he can win, and I believe Bud can win that shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyway,
Fight.
Absolutely, thank you. That's what I feel too, and I think you'd make a lot of people a lot of money again.
Again, yes, facts.
You see what I'm saying? So Ryan is an all-time deceiver. All-time deceiver, dog.
That's facts. Boxing with Frank Bay. Nice call, buddy. Call again sometime. We appreciate it. Let's move right along. Let's get to the hands. We've got Joel. Let's go back to Joel. Then we'll go Slime, then CJ. In that order. That's how I saw him.
And shout out to Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype. I'm pretty sure I said this in the beginning of the video, just in case I fucking forgot to say it and shit. Shout out to Fight Hype. Y'all can find that over there, or you can find it on Ryan's Twitter actually.
Nah, I honestly just wanted to pray real quick, like if that's okay with Ryan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ryan is not even paying attention to you niggas. He probably flirting with some broads or something right now. And here this nigga come. I just want to pray with Ryan. Ryan, let me pray with you, Ryan. Ryan, is it okay if we pray? This nigga's a whole deceiver. this nigga's a whole deceiver. And you up here talking about praying with this man.
Go ahead.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I just thank you for every trial that we face, everything that we face. The wickedness comes against us, but we always trust in you no matter what we face. And I just thank you that even though sometimes it seems so hard and so negative and just stuff keeps coming, we can still give you the praise and the glory and the honor through all of that. And I just ask you to continue to use Ryan in this time and continue to use him as a testimony of you and your love for all of us. I just given your life for all of us so we can spend an eternity with you. And I pray this in your precious and holy and mighty name. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
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 I got a question for everybody. What do you think I should do during my time off? What do you guys think would be a good move for me?
Continue training, brother. Continue training, man.
Right.
Continue training.
That's what I think.
The training in the videos, bro. Like that's why you're a draw, bro. They just hate on you because you know how to market yourself.
Yeah. Don't nobody hate on Ryan Garcia because he know how to market himself, bro. Like niggas didn't really fuck with Ryan Garcia because he was capping a lot, doing a lot of dumb shit, pulling out of fights, talking about mental health, calling motherfuckers out, but then not ready for the fight, wanting to do other shit. Ryan is an all-time deceiver. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. Straight up and down. All right? Nigga got out here, whole build up of the fight, talking about he got footage of this and footage of that, but still hasn't released that footage yet. Why hasn't Ryan Garcia reached that footage yet? Put that footage out that he said that he's holding on to. And he said he was going to get rid of it after the fight. Why he didn't do it? They already punished him, right? Gave him a year ban, told him he popped PEDs and all this other shit. So why not come out glove with the gloves off? Because he's capping. All-time deceiver, dog. Nigga literally got up in Jesus' name. I want you to understand this shit. Nigga literally in the build-up of the fight did a contract in Jesus' name, right? This whole ass nigga up here praying and shit with Ryan. Yeah, in Jesus' name, and we know the wickedness of the world, and we just protect us from all of those that go do a lot of hate and bring. And I'm not mocking that to mock people that's actually praying for shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. But when you're praying for devils, though, you're praying for devils, though. This nigga had a contract with Jesus. Signed it, said, oh, we ain't gonna do no smoking, we ain't gonna do no drinking, maybe some wine. Nah, matter of fact, we ain't gonna do no wine. We gonna make sure we train, we gonna make sure we did this, did that. And then what the nigga was doing the whole time, he was smoking, he was drinking, right? In Jesus' name. He broke the contract with Jesus right in front of you niggas' face. But y'all running around here because he won the fight. Y'all sitting up here saying, this is some holier than thou figure, dog. Unreal. Unreal. You know what I'm saying? Unfucking real. And Ryan ain't paying attention to you niggas anyway. Ryan hanging with some broads or some shit like that. He really, while you niggas doing all this meat gobbling and shit for this nigga Ryan Garcia, it's honestly, y'all niggas need to get yourself a girlfriend or something. You know what I'm saying? Get you a playmate or something, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
And I think that I possess something that really rare boxers have, which is I could do a video and I could show myself faster than anybody that can do another video.
Okay, so Ryan's ability of not winning championships, none of that shit matters. The reason why Ryan is special and niggas hate on him is because he can do some videos showing fast hands. Okay.
Feel like I'm one of the fastest boxers in the world, and I think that a lot of people have never seen that, and they it's like Bruce Lee. They love his.
We haven't seen that. We've been watching boxing forever. For those of us that's been watching boxing and watching these training videos and this, that, and the third, we've been watching this shit forever, dog. Like, you got speed, you got some power to you, dog, but slow down, fam. Slow down. Slow down. You really even accomplish shit in the sport of boxing, nigga. You're just a name. You haven't accomplished nothing in boxing. You're just a name. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. The nigga never accomplished nothing in the sport of boxing. He's just a name and a nigga that do videos. And this is supposed to make this nigga a Hall of Famer. This is some kind of motherfucker that's out here will beat the shit out of goddamn Terrence Crawford and shit like that. Like, come on, dog. Go fight Boots then. Boots right there, 147. Go fight him. Crawford on a different mission. Y'all just clout chasing off of Bud, and not only that, y'all protecting Canelo. That's what it really come down to.
Is they didn't love his fighting. They loved what he was able to display.
That is
And I'm
correct.
always going to be able to display fast speed. I've been blessed by God to have speed and power. But obviously, power doesn't really display on camera, but definitely speed does. And I think people like when I train. I've been challenged with so many different things this year. Obviously, I'm going through so many legal battles. Obviously, I went through a divorce, so it's been hard for me to do videos and give the fans what they want to see. It's been tough, but I definitely I'm gonna get back to it. Going back to Dallas, gonna train and gonna get ready for possible exhibitions in Dubai and Tokyo, and I'll keep you guys updated. I know that it's not in the U.S., but any type of fight for me is going to be great. I want to just continue to, sharpen my skills. It's kind of sad because I felt like I was getting into my prime, and then obviously this year ban, which was complete bullshit. I was just as shocked as everybody when that came out, and then obviously, which kind of makes me question a lot of things. Is his little brother, uh, you know, 3 days before it came out, he said that he knew that I was going to test positive for Pete. How the fuck does this motherfucker know that I'm going to test positive?
Now, like I said, whether y'all believe Ryan is telling the truth when it comes down to the banned substance that got found in his system, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit up here and hold you. That's one thing I can't say with Ryan is that I'm not willing to. I can let him come back through the back door. You know what I'm saying? At least far as his integrity boxing wise. Now, as far as him as a person, I don't respect dude, especially after his racist rant. You know what I'm saying? I believe you, fam. I believe everything you said in that shit, and I'm just gonna hold you accordingly when it comes down to that. I'm not gonna, anytime you say the N word or some shit like that, that's, I'm gonna look at you a little funny style. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at you straight up a little funny style and shit. So, it is what it is. You when you talking to, his apology to black folks even about that, he still didn't want to take ownership to it. He's saying they hyped me up to do it. Like, I can't respect no dude doing shit like that, dog. Take responsibility for the shit you out here doing and saying. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the Osterine situation, I mean, Ryan was already hurting niggas, rocking and stopping niggas before that. So, and like I said, he honestly looked as sloppy in that fight with goddamn Devin Haney. He looked at real sloppy. I mean, few of the punches he landed off were beautiful, beautiful left hooks. I ain't gonna sit up here and hold you. Those are some mesmerizing left hooks he was swinging, but he still looked as sloppy within that fight. Looked at tired. He was doing too much celebrating. He was off focus and shit. But whatever. At the end of the day, that's the only thing I'm willing to say. I'm not really too sure on that PED shit. But the 3 pounds over, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? One man is depleting himself. But it's the sport of boxing, and this is why they have weight classes. This is why certain fighters do rehydration clauses. Okay. We've heard of Devin Haney doing that shit to other fighters. He's squeezing down on the mini ass weights and then ballooning back up. You know what I'm saying? We heard about what what's the nigga name? Regis Prograis said about his whole fight with Devin Haney and them. You know, they rehydrated to where the point it was like illegal and shit. But he carried through with the fight. He lost the fight, got his ass whooped, and moved on. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, could he have went out there and sued for enrichment and all this and battery and all this other shit? Yeah, he could have because laws were broken. And he brought that up. And I think Ryan brought that up too. But yeah, man, you know, it's a dirty game. So that's the only part I would say that Ryan finessed old boy on Devin Haney on that aspect. All right, so I'm gonna come over here to it is what it is. And we're gonna get into Teo, man. This dude Teo, man, is just it's a cap artist, dog. He's a cap artist and he's a part of the protect Canelo from Crawford. Okay. So right here, this is the point in time where I guess he talks about Shakur Stevenson and all this other stuff, and you know Shakur becoming suicidal after a loss.
All right, that's what it's about.
You didn't want to give him his first loss?
Nah, yeah, I ain't trying to deal with that. I seen Shakur lose in the amateurs back because we all from that class.
Yeah,
and it ain't a good look, man. There was this one time, especially here in Vegas, National Golden Gloves, I think 2015. Same year, me and Jerron Ennis Boots won, and Shakur, man, he lost it. He lost it, man. He lost to Ruben Villa, and then he wanted to go up to one of the, I think he did, wanted to the rooftop of the hotel, and he wanted to jump off. Yeah.
Oh,
I ain't trying to have actual blood on my hands.
yeah.
So to get out of a situation of a potential matchup between him and Shakur, he'll say he don't want to fight Shakur because if and when he beats him, Shakur might be suicidal. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, I get it. If Shakur crashed out and did some shit like that after he lost in his younger days and shit like that, but if Shakur is to take a loss, I don't see Shakur crashing out. I see him being hurt about the loss, with him being competitive and as confident as he is. For him to suffer a loss, I think his loss would it would hurt his confidence. You see what I'm saying? But him committing suicide and all that, like Teo, come on, fam. You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
Like the way
I didn't know he was gonna say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the Olympic shit, him tearing up and stuff, that ain't nothing. Like, it's been bad. Yeah.
He was on the roof for real, or you playing around?
Nah, he was. Yeah.
No, that mental health is a serious thing.
So yeah.
I'm not gonna laugh about that.
For sure, it can be. So
Mike, we asking about boxing, man. That's how you going in the best love, man. Yo, listen, man. Yo, listen, the man was on the roof. He's on the roof.
That's right.
We're not gonna sit here and bash Shakur because that's not where we even started with Shakur. A lot of people think that we was bashing him. Look, he's.
I mean, if we really want to bash him, no, I saw this one.
Wait, you gotta do it again. You gotta do it again. You said you seen what?
Nah, that was classic when Mason Cam and them did that shit. That shit was hilarious. I ain't gonna hold you. That was classic.
Listen, he forced my hand, man. Look, on a serious note. The thing about it when it comes to him, and I'm not going to stay on Shakur long, I just thought since we started with that, and I'm glad you're here. You know, I'm a big fan of yours. See, the reason why I even started with that is because, let me tell you something, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but basically, I was like, yeah, fight Teofimo, nigga. That nigga, he launching bombs. That nigga hit hard. So then when you put up that you would never fight Shakur, he posted it and tagged me in it. And he's like, this the nigga you talking about want to fight me? And you was like, kind of timid. I don't want to use the word timid, but you was laid back and you was like, nah.
Now, like I said, salute to Cam and Mason. I'm gonna kind of speed this up a little bit.
I wouldn't fight him. So he tagged you. I don't know if you've seen it, but he tagged me and he's like, Cam, this is nigga.
But fair accuse. You
pumping, they want to fight me. So I felt disrespect. Like, I'm sitting here pumping up Teo. And he threw me under the bus. That's how I felt about it.
Nah, it's everybody has something quick to say though. They got a lot to say and they can use that. For that, because that's when boxing really started like pushing it. But nah, it's just myself. Nobody could beat me. Nobody. It's been shown. It's been proven. At 140, I'm the only one still remaining, retaining my titles, and at the same time still the king of the division, lineal world champion at 140. So everybody else they've been just what's next, what's next, what's next. People dropping belts. I'm still here. That's why I was thinking.
All right, that was a shot at Devin Haney because Devin Haney dropped his belt. Okay, even though he got his loss removed and all of that, but we know that Devin Haney pretty much dropped the WBC belt. But here's the thing about what Teo's saying about his activity at 140. Bruh, man, you fought somebody that was at 135 in Jermaine Ortiz that actually beat you. Okay, you lost to Sander Martin. Okay, what else? You beat Josh Taylor. That was a good win, but I figured you would beat Josh Taylor, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people were so high on Josh Taylor anyway, but we'll give you, you get the credit for that one. You went in there and put that work in on Josh Taylor, right? But then you fought Steve Claggett, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you make it seem like you out here fighting like the roughest competition out there. You haven't tried to unify at all at the division. You're just sitting there with one title. Sitting there. All right. And now you're talking about fighting Bud Crawford. Out of nowhere, out of the blue, this nigga is talking about fighting Bud Crawford.
Thinking, I need a competitor. So I was thinking of Devontae Tank Davis or Terrence Bud Crawford.
Terrence, come on now. Come on.
Because
now Mace in his right mind. Now Mace is not a boxing, neither is Cam. They don't follow it as deep as some of you and I may follow it, right? They would be probably more like casuals, you know what I'm saying? But not casual, like more active than a casual, you know what I'm saying? Like they got their ears to the streets. There's certain shit that they hear, this, that, and the third, but Mace would be considered a casual as far as us that's been doing this shit for a while, you know what I'm saying?
Killer.
But even in his right mind, he like, come on, man, you're not fucking with Bud, dog.
Reactions like that get me going.
Killer, did you hear him? He said Terrence Bud Crawford.
Yes, sir.
I'm not mad at that. I think
why try to jump up like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
I'm not going to throw you up there at welterweight. You might be a little too light, pause. But
Cam, he's not even at welterweight. He's at 140. So Cam, he's talking about going up to 154. Y'all should have checked that nigga right there. Like, what? Hold up, bro. Nah, now you talking about jumping up to go fight Bud Crawford, dog. Like, nah, you're not going up to 154. They should have pressed him right there on that part. But Cam kept it a little bit real. He just was off on his information. He said, rewind this back a little bit.
Throw you up there at welterweight. You might be a little too light, pause. But I don't know. I'm not going. I'm a fan of this nigga. I'm a fan. Terrence is a monster, but I don't know. Do you think you can make that weight? Not saying you wouldn't make the weight. You're at 140 now, but I'm talking about you could bulk up to fight a Bud Crawford because his last fight was at 154.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, anything's possible. Truthfully, I mean, if you think about it from that point of view, why is Crawford and everybody okay with Crawford fighting Canelo, which he got?
See what I'm saying? Teo didn't really start coming out with this shit about fighting Bud until fucking Bud started talking about wanting to fight a Canelo and was dead serious about it. Now out of nowhere, Teo wants to fight this dude, and his excuse that he's using is, well, if Canelo, if Crawford if Crawford can call out Canelo, why can't I want to fight with Bud? This is some whole, what Teo and Ryan is doing is some whole left knee pad, right knee pad. Okay, they on their knees for Canelo Alvarez. Okay, straight up and down. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Teo, fam. Just come out with it, dog. You don't want. I want you and Ryan Garcia to come out with, yo. We don't want to see Bud fight him, just in case Bud does beat him, because right now it's all about representation. Okay, it's about representation. Everybody love Canelo. Bud get up there and beat the shit out of goddamn Canelo. Canelo really loses the steam. Motherfuckers ain't give a fuck about him losing to Bivol. But if he lose to Bud, oh, that's gonna send shockwaves around the world. And you know, there's a protection agency out for that. Same way that they doing with Benavidez. Okay, there's a protection situation. Why ain't Ryan and why ain't a Teo clamoring for fucking Canelo to fight fucking Benavidez? Oh, he could do what he want. He could fight who he want. All right. So if Bud is wanting to fight and Bud is more qualified for the fight, two-time undisputed, been recognized as pound for pound for a minute, even when Canelo was on the pound for pound list. Bud, ever since he became undisputed, has pretty much been recognized as the pound for pound champ in the sport. Okay. While Canelo was having draws and loss here, you know what I'm saying? Getting popped for PDs and shit, you know what I'm saying? So Bud has been recognized as number one. Canelo, you could say, is somewhere top 5. No matter where you got him at, Canelo would have to be somewhere in your top 5, top 10. I would say top 5 though, or maybe even top 3, right? So with those two locking horns, that's just a supremacy right there. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe Bud can win or not, that's just for the ultimate bragging rights right there. And Bud really feel like he can get up there and do that thing. But Tia, we know you capping, because if you was all about this greatness and shit, then why not fight Boots? Why not fight Boots, bro?
You got to go 2 more weight classes up. So from 147, 54, that's a weight class plus the extra.
Yeah, you're right. I stand corrected.
Mace, brother. You wasn't supposed to jump off that. I stand corrected, but I get it. Mace don't want to make himself seem like, he's talking out of his ass and shit like that. I wish Mace would have pushed the issue a little bit on this, because Mace's right reaction was the right reaction to have. It was absolutely the right reaction to have, right? But maybe just the lack of preparation and having a dude like Teo on, they wasn't really able to do their research and shit like that on it. So therefore, it really just kind of caught them by surprise, because they couldn't. Nobody mentions, hey, what about Boots Ennis? Boots Ennis at 147. Why are you going to jump up 2 weight classes when you can jump up 1 and fight Boots? That'd be a big fight for you.
I think I'll be honest.
Mace stands corrected.
With you, not to cut you off, Mace, is that I was pumping the Crawford Canelo thing, but I'm not sure no more after seeing Canelo's last fight and Crawford's last fight. Now, don't get me wrong, Crawford fought an unorthodox nigga. That nigga was mad herky jerky, paws, moving around. He was hard to hit, and he was pretty tough. But he didn't. It's been fights previous to that with Bud to where he was able to push a button and he say, "Oh, the fight is close," and go and knock you out. I didn't see that in his last fight. So to jump 2 weight classes to fight.
Well, you got to think about this, Cam. He was off a year. Okay, he was off a year. And like I said, that dude was just unorthodox and he had power. You can't just be going in there swinging wildly and shit because, he Bud Crawford. He could just get in there and just beat the shit out of somebody. No, Bud did what he needed to do to win that fight against that style. Now, against Canelo Alvarez, this is why they say styles make fights, right? One of the cliches, styles make fights. Canelo, he's not going to have that. He's going to be able to see Canelo shit coming. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be able to see that shit coming. Now, whether or not he can take that shit for 12 rounds, that's something we would have to see. We'll have to see if Crawford can take that power for 12 rounds. Well, we've been watching Canelo. They're using motherfuckers for punching bags, and they in there to get paydays. Belonga, right? I don't know. Listen, I don't know why Belanga's getting all this praise now. I just don't understand it. I'm like, bro, the nigga really didn't do. He did just as much as Jamel Charlo. But, with Jamel Charlo, we kind of shitted on. I shitted on Jamel Charlo. The whole community shitted on Jamel Charlo. But with Belonga, We let that nigga ride and turned that nigga into an icon superstar and shit. Like he was like it was some kind of war or something. Like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So with Bud Crawford and Canelo, bro, I think Bud beat that nigga, dog. I think Bud beat that nigga, and I think there's people that understand what Bud Crawford is bringing to the table.
Hey, Canelo, I'm not sure about that. What's your opinion on that particular fight, if that was to happen?
For myself, truthfully, you'll see the size.
Tio, they didn't ask you about yourself. They didn't ask you about yourself, Tio. You once again, when it comes to Canelo, you just feel like interjecting yourself because you're playing this kind of let's just keep it real, dog. You playing some kind of racial politics at the end of the day with this boxing shit, trying to make it seem like you for everybody. Nigga, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Won't you let Bud go up there and go fight that nigga? You can go fight for your legacy and all this other shit. You can go fight Boots Ennis, Brian Norman, people that are actually within your stable and people that actually do well, I can't say that with Bud situation, but when it comes down to people you're actually affiliated with, Top Rank got Brian Norman Jr. Won't you fight him? Won't you fight Boots? Well, Brian Norman, he not know. Fight Boots. Why is it all this whole, oh, I want to fight Crawford? And none of this shit came about until Crawford was dead set in stone into fighting goddamn Canelo. Just do your research. Do your research, dog.
As measurement on that, because you got to go up 3 more. You got to pretty much go up 2 more weight classes. It's no longer just that one. And his first weight class that he jumps up, Crawford, he having a hard time with Madrimov. And look, the guy only had 10 pro fights coming into.
Tio, and this what I beat about with Basic Kev. Y'all let this nigga get up here. Y'all honestly let him fox his way through this goddamn interview. This man got up here and said that Bud Crawford, who jumped up in weight to fight Magnumov, a dude that was undefeated, 11 fights, but he was knocking niggas clean out, got an unorthodox style. He just happened to be in position to where the point he could fight for a world title. So honestly, he fought his way up into that position, whether it was 11 fights, 10 fights. Hell, Lomachenko has had title fights with 2 fights. Okay? So we're not doing that. We're not doing that, Tio. And on top of that, Tio, you fought a nigga in Steve Claggett with seven fucking losses and shit, and he was lumping your ass up. So what are you talking about, fam? You didn't win no title. You kept your title. You didn't move up and beat up on Mario Barrios or something, or Boots Ennis in a tough fight. You didn't do that, fam. You fought a nigga that was a journeyman and then got the nerve to be doing backflips and snow angels like you just beat Deontay Wilder or some shit like that, fam. The fuck out of here, man. They let this nigga fox his way through this fucking interview, though.
Go up 2 more weight classes. It's no longer just that one. And his first weight class that he jumps up, Crawford, he having a hard time with Madrimov. And look, the guy only had 10 pro fights coming into a guy that already got, 30, 40 professional fights undefeated, Terrence Crawford. And gave him a hard time, and showed a lot of flaws in him. And I think that 1 year staying out the competitive ring, I think that really did a lot of damage to him too. So I'd rather get him now before he hits that peak. But for the Canelo situation, I know that's just a money grab. That's a money show right there.
You don't think he'll beat Canelo?
Not saying. I just don't think he'll be outclassing like he did with Errol Spence.
Okay, so Tio, to ask you a direct question, Tio, rewind that back for y'all. For y'all that be swearing up and down that, oh, tell like it is TV. He don't know what he's talking about. He said that there's a coalition of protecting Canelo Alvarez. Run this for y'all one more time.
But for the Canelo situation, I know that's just a money grab. That's a money show right there.
You don't think he'll beat Canelo?
Not saying. I just don't think he'll be outclassing like he did with Errol Spence.
It's a simple question, Tio. It's a yes or it's a no. You said I just don't think he'll outclass him like Errol Spence. How do you know that? How you know that? Because the last 2 fights that he fought in Jamel Charlo and goddamn what's the dude name? And Edgar Berlanga, these niggas was in the ring like they wasn't even trying to hurt the nigga. I mean, Berlanga literally said after the fight, y'all. And I think they stopped my video or made me cut the video out. But anyway, when I talked about that, the man said he ain't want to hurt the man. I just feel so bad. I'm in here with my idol. I really didn't want to hurt him. Nigga was fanned out. Fanned out. Okay? Fanned out. Barely did anything. But Belanga's getting all this high time praise, but nigga shit on Jamel Charlo. I guess when you a nigga and shit, it's cool to do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But you Edgar Berlanga and shit, Puerto Rican and shit, I guess, you fight Canelo Alvarez, even amongst niggas, it's this whole, oh man, Berlanga, man, nah, man, that was a hell of a fight, man. Yeah, man, Puerto Rican versus Mexico, this, that, and the third. And this nigga landed just as much shots, if not less than Jamel Charlo. I'm talking about throwing punches, throwing and landing, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? But we shitted on Jamel Charlo, but Edgar Berlanga is an overnight celebrity. The biasness in the boxing media is just, and the people in boxing is just crazy. I had a dude literally come in my one of my videos talking about I'm a race fan because I called out about how Deontay Wilder got cheated and how Deontay Wilder got cheated and how Adrian Broner got cheated. You know what I'm saying? And then the nigga tried to get up here and say that Floyd Mayweather, he wasn't trying to cheat. It's the same gloves about this, that, and the third, bro. Because you believe what the fuck Robert Garcia and them niggas was saying, bro. If they was gonna stop the fight, the father came in there, Floyd came in there. They said, "Yo, there's no padding in the glove, fam." He said there's no padding in the glove on camera. The man said that. He said, put him in the same shit I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying? He's not fighting in them gloves. All right.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna really have to really put everything else, last bits of his prime or whatever he has left in him for that fight, because those weight classes are different. I mean, look what happened to Canelo against Bivol. I mean, just one weight class up.
People try to sweep that under the rug that Canelo got beat by that heavyweight because they love Canelo so much. But yeah, Canelo took an L when he tried to move up.
Exactly, my point. So you already, Crawford got a legacy. He got all that already stamped. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but now he just want to cash out, and people act like I want to do the same. But in reality, it's just I like being that underdog. I really do.
All right, so fight Boots Ennis then, because you would be the underdog in that fact. I think we all can agree that if Teo and Boots Ennis fought right now, Boots would be the favorite. Even though Boots really hasn't beat anybody yet, but we would overwhelmingly say that, oh, Boots gonna beat the shit out of Teo. So Teo, go fight Boots then if that's your case. If that's your claim to fame, you about the competition and shit like that, then go fight Boots. But you're not going to do that, okay? Because you're trying to protect Canelo Alvarez. And you don't want to see a brother get paid. And that actually has a real shot at beating Canelo Alvarez. What Canelo gonna do when a nigga jabbing his ass to death, hitting him upside his head, left hooks, countering his shots and shit like that? He might fuck around and get his ass whooped in there. Bud might fuck around, get up in there and beat the shit out of goddamn you might get in there and beat the shit out of goddamn Canelo, man. Well, we see Canelo get really tagged up, you know what I'm saying? To where it's definitive, like, oh yeah, nah, Bud won this fight. Do I think he stops Canelo? I don't know. I don't know if I'm not going that far to say he'll stop Canelo, but I'm saying he will get the decision on Canelo. That's what I think he will get.
Like everybody.
Why is it that you and Devin Haney never fought?
To be real, that's more on their side. I've tried 3 times already with Haney. I tried already with Haney 3 times. And the last time they were supposed to have a meeting with my promoter Bob Arum from Top Rank, and they never came, never showed up. But the moment that my actual first defeat that they gave me, they jobbed me. But that first defeat that
they jobbed you, Teo. Now you up here just lying about a loss, Teo. They jobbed you, Teo. No, you lost to Cambosis, nigga. You lost to Cambosis. And then you got out here and said your esophagus and shit like that was blown up or whatever the case may be.
That gave me, who was quick to jump right away to Cambosis.
Because they were the WBC champion and they wanted to become undisputed.
That was Devin Haney. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that...
Where's the other times that you try to make the fight, Teo? Because we know the behind the scenes shit. We know when Devin Haney and them was stalking you down at events, and you could have fought Devin Haney before you fought George Cambosis. You could have did that, but you didn't want to do that. You wanted to do your own thing and thought you was going to branch out, do this and that, and Bob Arum made you pay for that shit, and then you got your ass whooped Okay, and then you fell back in line with the Bob Arum plan. Now, Bob Arum probably did want to make that fight. Devin Haney was a WBC champ. You just finished beating Lomachenko, and you decided to go rogue. So I believe you ducked that situation at the end of the day. That's what I personally believe. I believe you ducked that. You start asking for $10 million and all kind of wild shit. Have you got $10 million yet? No. The man is literally going to get up here and say that he hasn't even earned $1 million yet in his earning career. Now that's more money than tell like it is TV. We just gonna keep it real, right? But at the end of the day, the nigga hasn't even made a milli yet. But when it was Devin Haney, you needed 10 million. Eddie Hearn, we need 10 million.
Y'all just don't know what the tweaks behind the scenes, but this shit really it's a shit show.
Why you never fought Kambosos again?
I tried to fight Kambosos again. I even asked for the rematch and stuff, and then apparently one of his team members, they said they're not gonna fight me.
Yeah, you gotta kill him.
Because Devin already had the fight. Now maybe if Kambosos was successful against Devin Haney, maybe Teo would have been willing to squeeze back down to 135 again. But Teo already said he was moving up to 140 after the loss. All right. He said he can't handle the weight no more. And he done with 140. That's what he said. 135.
My bad.
No, that was a great question because I want to stick on that. Is that what prompted you to move up in weight? Because after you lost, you moved up in weight. Was it hard for you to make that weight, and that's the reason you moved up?
To be real, I've been at that weight since like my amateur days, 132 pounds really. So going up 3 more pounds on that, and then since probably like 14, 15, holding that all the way to 24. I mean, that did a lot of damage for me. And then the fact that the boxing game, they know what they're doing. They got the experience. They kept postponing my fight. After my big win against Vasily Lomachenko, I wasn't even supposed to win that. Vegas had me as an underdog 4-1. So all those things, it's just I learned the game. I learned the game by my lessons. That's really it. So I just decided to say, hey, I gotta listen to my body. I can't like exert it that way no more. I had 2 tears fighting buddy. 2 tears in my esophagus and in my chest.
So I know we mentioned a lot of these fighters, but I want to just say 3 different fighters and you tell me the outcome.
Yeah.
All right. Tank Davis.
I would say that doesn't go past. I don't even think it'll enter the championship rounds. Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, someone getting knocked out. Made the best man win. Yeah.
I think that was interesting. Why you say someone instead of he getting knocked out?
Because I got to give him a little fair chance.
So you think you dominate Tank?
I think I dominate any of them. If you really look at it.
So now Teo says he would dominate Tank. All right. Now Tank is smaller than, but like I said, at the end of the day, I don't think Teo can beat Tank Davis. That's just my personal opinion on that.
You got to really tap in on this. Look at the resume, all that extra, whatever.
When we look at the resume, okay, Tank Davis has fought more undefeated fighters and he's fought more champions than you, Teo. What are you talking about? While Tank Davis is fighting young and up and coming lions like goddamn Frank Martin, nigga, you're fighting Steve Claggett. See what I'm saying about this dude? Like, bro, you're fighting Steve Claggett, but you're talking about Tank Davis and his resume. Bro, you don't get to talk, my nigga. You got to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Or get out here and start fighting somebody, fam. You can't do that, fam.
Certain limit that you hit, right? But then there's that next criteria or that next top tier. And if you don't match that, you're never going to know how great you really are. And I've done that a few amount of times already. I jumped out that box and done that. So I have yet to see Gervonta come out of that box yet. You know what I'm saying? They're about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds, whether he's a champion or not.
He's a champion. There you go, Teo. And for everybody mocking the fight with Tank Davis, we'll do a video about that. But there's a lot of people mocking that fight with Tank Davis and the brother at the end of the day. Well, Tank is getting the brother paid. That's a champion. So I think we all should commend that at the end of the day. It's not like he's fighting some bum ass nigga or some shit like that. He's actually fighting a champion that's at a weight class below him. You know what I'm saying? Could he have fought others that's possibly in the 135 division? Who would you want him to fight for real? That's going to bring some kind of relevant. See, me personally, I don't care about this fight. And when I say I don't care about the Tank Davis fight, I just wanted to see Tank fight 2 times a year because he can't keep doing this whole, I'm going to fight 1 time a year. None of these boxers really can. You give us a big fight one part of the year, give us a fucking, a stay busy fight. You know what I'm saying? You're not, other people got other fights that they got going on. So sometimes the schedules just don't line up, right? And we understand that. But Shakur was out there. He didn't want the smoke. Motherfucking well, you think Devin Haney gonna want to fight Tank? You know what I'm saying? Right now? No, he's not gonna want to fight Tank, not off coming off of the loss. I think he's suspended indefinitely right now. So he's not fighting Tank. I already said Shakur. Who we talking about? He's not fighting Ryan Garcia, right? Um, he's not fighting Teo, unless Teo, whatever. Teo don't seem to really want to come out and talk about Tank until Tank is pretty much already being already fighting somebody, and you're not going down to 135 to do it. All right. Lomachenko ducked the fade. All right. So Keyshawn Davis and them got a whole situation going on, even though they're scheduled to fight. Now all of a sudden they want a Tank Davis fight. So who do you really want the nigga to fight that you would justify? Oh, he should have fought Floyd Schofield's kid. He said he did this and did that to Tank. Bro, don't nobody really know who this nigga is. And how you gonna really justify that? I mean, I guess you can justify it because they're at the same weight class, but how do you really justify it? At least with Lamont, people know of this dude. He's been a champion, you know what I'm saying? And, they're pretty much the same fucking size. If not, dude seems a little bit more bulkier than Tank. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily have I think that's going to be a good fire fight right there. And that's going to be two brothers getting paid. Oh man, he copying the Mayweather and they just want to fight a bunch of Mexicans and Latinos and shit. Then when he fighting the brothers, now all of a sudden, these fights don't mean shit. Like I'm not doing that shit. Y'all can do that shit all y'all want. I'm not doing that though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tank. Shout out to that brother getting paid. I will be supporting the fight, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they show me, after the fight, and it's time to, let's talk about Shakur. Let's talk about, some of these other dudes. What's up with Teo and shit like that? Y'all willing to do that catch weight? But these dudes got to line up with the schedule though, because the thing about it is these dudes need Tank. Tank don't need these dudes. He needs them to a certain degree because he does need a dance partner. My bad. Let me take that back because I hate when Leonard Ellaby and them niggas be saying shit like that, or even Calvin Ford sometimes be saying shit I just do not agree with. Like, bro, why the fuck would you say that shit on the internet, bro? You know this is going on the internet, right? Sometimes the shit Calvin Ford be saying, I'll be like, bro, why, bro? Why? Because we don't know all the behind the scenes shit. So when you're out here just saying shit, dog, you can have your fighter looking weird out here just based off some shit you said, when they don't really have control of it neither. Calvin Ford don't have real control over that shit.
Guy lighter than you to come up and wait to make you look good again.
I'm
saying.
So Tia, did you use that same reference when you fought Steve Claggett, a dude with 7 losses? I mean, getting his ass whooped from pillar to post out here in his boxing journey, and you decided to fight him, and you thought you was the best thing since sliced bread. After that, we could fight Crawford at a catch weight, right? After beating Steve Claggett. But you're going to talk about Tank Davis fighting a dude that had 1 loss and is a champion. Steve Claggett wasn't no goddamn champion. He was a journeyman and just got finished getting dusted off before you fought him. You're a vulture. That's what you are, fam.
Like, don't get me wrong. The kid got skills. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Got skills. He got it all. But, like, to what level? You haven't hit the A class yet. I'm A class. You haven't hit that yet.
So
you're A class Teo based off what, dog? What makes you A class that where Tank Davis is not A class?
You, Devin Haney, Shakur.
Devin and Shakur shouldn't even be like mentioned, really.
Why not?
Because they not good. One puts you to sleep while the other one can't take a hit.
All right, because one can't take it. Listen, one thing we're not going to do with Devin Haney, dog. Here's one thing we're not going to do with Devin Haney. We're not going to say that Devin Haney is a boring fighter. We're not doing it, okay? Devin Haney comes out to fight, dog. Whether you niggas like his pops, whether y'all like Devin Haney or not. You can't be a liar every day of your life, man. And you can't be a hater for your whole life, okay? We can always give credit where credit is due. Now, Shakur could put niggas to sleep. He can bore out a fight, this, that, and the third. But with Devin Haney, I haven't seen a boring Devin Haney fight. Devin Haney goes for the gusto. He tries to at least go for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether or not he has the power to actually do it, maybe he don't possess that. But there's not a fight where I looked at a Devin Haney fight and I said, "Oh man, that shit was boring as fuck." You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney tries. You know what I'm saying? He tries to get out there and be entertaining and show off his skills and shit like that. So you can't say that. The only knock against Devin Haney is that he can't take a punch. Like, I mean, a nigga got hit by Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Have you got hit by a big puncher yet? No, you haven't got hit by a big puncher yet. Have you got hit by Ryan Garcia, nigga? Let's see how you. Because when you got tapped by Cambosis, your ass hit the canvas. And Cambosis caught a few clean shots on Haney that I did. I think one of them shots, I think he kind of rocked Haney and he kind of fell. But, for whatever reason, they didn't count that as a knockdown. If y'all remember, I think it was either the second fight or the first fight, but he caught Haney flush. And I was like, damn, he kind of rocked him. But the referee said he slipped and all this other shit. I was like, I don't know about that one, Blake. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that one. That one should have been called a knockdown. But whatever. Whether or not Devin Haney can take a shot or not, that don't matter. Devin Haney comes out to fight. So I respect that part about Devin Haney, straight up and down. We're not going to hate on Devin Haney to the point we're going to just be unrealistic and shit like that. Like, the boy come out to fight. Shakur, different story. But Haney comes out and at least tries to fight, fam. And he has been entertaining his last 2 or 3 fights, 4 fights, 5 maybe.
Why not?
Because they not good. One puts you to sleep while the other one can't take a hit.
I like the way he's talking, Cam. I really do. I'm for it, supporting
He
it.
talked a lot. Yeah, listen, that's why I was disappointed when he ain't had my back. I was a little upset about it.
Yo, my bad,
When he
Cam.
didn't have
Hey, yo, my B, like for real, for real, my B. Like I ain't gonna let these guys try to sucker anybody, but like it is what it is in that sense, in that context. They gonna try to grab everything, but I haven't had a contract sent to me at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I had not one of them press me at all because
we had Bill Haney on the show, and I think he would basically say that you just talking, you don't really want to fight.
I just talk, but like every person had the opportunity to fight Vasily Lomachenko back in 2019, 2018, 2017.
This is all Teo can really go off of when it comes down to his achievement. He beat Vasily Lomachenko. Cool. That was a great win for you, bruh. Great win. But after that, you started thinking you was Floyd Mayweather, my nigga. Like, does Teo forget how he was acting after he beat Vasily Lomachenko? Do y'all remember? Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all remember how Teo was acting after he beat Vasily Lomachenko? Because y'all must have forgot. All right, boys start asking for $10 million paydays. Haney ain't ready, and he's so much better than all these other guys, and he's on a different level. And then he get his ass tapped by goddamn George Kambosos. All right, then he had to rebuild his career up again at 140. He lost to Sander Martin, in my opinion. He lost that fight. To the point, nigga talking about, do I still even got it? Now he came back. He got that victory up against Josh Taylor, but Josh Taylor really ain't. I don't know. To me, my personal opinion, there were people that were kind of high on Josh. I just was never high on Josh Taylor, so I knew that Teo was going to beat old boy. It just Teo would have to press for the fight though. Teo would have to bring that shit to him. Once he bring it to him, I felt like Teo going to be able to outbox him and outwork him and shit like that. Because we watched him get beat by Jack Catterall that they gave to Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
17 came 2020, we fought him.
Yeah.
Right away. And I called me and my father, dynamic duo, really, who's my trainer too. We called that out. We made it happen. I fought, like, if y'all really think about it, I went through every step to get to a world title, fought the world champion, which was Richard Comey at a lightweight division, beat the world champion. Then I went and fought Vasily Lomachenko for undisputed here in Las Vegas. And then we got Josh Taylor. Like, nobody really going after these top #1 dudes. But I don't blame y'all, like, at all, because it's just the algorithm. It's just the way this whole propaganda is. Like, I'm so great that they got to hide me.
So,
Teo, enough with the sympathy shit, dog. What the fuck are you talking about? You that great? Jump your ass to 147 and fight Boots, then, nigga. Do it again. Because that's all sports is all about, nigga. It's about doing it again. Don't nobody get to sit up here in 2020. The champs of 2020 don't get to sit up here in 2024. Look, man, ain't nobody being the king of the hill. See, when I was the king of the hill in 2020, when we won the finals in 2020, you know, see there's 30 other teams that wasn't able to accomplish that. You know, I accomplished that. And within my time in my career, like nigga, you sound ridiculous, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you're still going off of wins. Don't nobody care about. Floyd had to keep proving the people wrong consistently. This is why a lot of you dudes can't be on that man level because y'all not even willing to keep doing the consistent work of showing your greatness. Your greatness don't get judged because you won a few big fights in your career. Your greatness gets judged based off the consistency of the fighters that you're fighting and you coming out on top of the fighters that you're fighting with them being qualified great opponents. That's what helps your legacy, fam. And this is why I always say that Canelo Alvarez legacy to me is for I ain't Mexican or nothing, but he'll never be over De La Hoya in my opinion. Never ever. I don't care what this nigga accomplished. He will never be over De La Hoya in my personal opinion. Canelo can never be over De La Hoya. De La Hoya fought everybody. Now he on some weird shit and you know, whatever he doing now. But the Golden Boy was with all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? In and out the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Are you willing to take because you say you could beat Tank, right? So are you willing to take less to fight him to prove that, or you wouldn't do that?
No, yo, bro, I've been doing that in my last fights. Yo, I have yet to even make more than $1 million. And
all right, and that's funny because at the end of the day, when it came down to him talking about, yeah, you know, Devin Haney and them, you know, we try to make that fight happen. Bro, you were asking for $10 million, but in your career with Top Rank, you ain't even make $1 million.
In every fight.
Wow.
Yeah. Like every fight.
Look at this nigga.
To even.
Y'all see why I call this the Capathon? This nigga was up here just capping. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't do that.
No, yo, bro. I've been doing that in my last fights. Yo, I have yet to even make more than $1 million in every fight.
Wow.
Yeah. Like every fight. When I fought Lomachenko in that time and COVID, everybody was talking about how he gave me 800 grand on top of whatever. No, never did. I came back home with like $460,000 after everything. Fighting the #1 pound for pound over Crawford and Canelo. And then when it came to...
He was not over Crawford. See, that's what I'm saying. Teo just be wanting to say shit to boost his own shit up. Bro, didn't nobody have... ESPN was riding that wave because, you know, they was trying to pump this Ukrainian up. Let's just be honest about that. But no, bro. Like, nobody had Vasily Lomachenko realistically over no fucking Bud Crawford. I wouldn't even throw Vasily Lomachenko up over Canelo. And y'all know I ain't the biggest of Canelo fan at the end of the day. But I wouldn't even have put him over Canelo. Okay?
Josh Taylor, I came home with probably like 800 grand.
So is it true that promoters can make a fight for a certain amount of money, give you half of it up front, and then in the back end have you waiting for it?
I'm not gonna jump on that one because that's like behind the scenes how we fluctuate the money.
See, and Teo is not qualified to answer that question. You know why? Because Teo, if I'm not mistaken, has never been on pay-per-view. He's been on ESPN Plus, unless you're calling that pay-per-view. But other than that, as far as a big pay-per-view matchup where you got to spend $59, $99, $60, $70, Teo has never been in those fights. He's been on free TV. So we don't even know what kind of generalship Teofimo Lopez would actually generate him selling on pay-per-view because he's only either on ESPN Plus or the nigga fighting on free ESPN. So that's why he said, well, I can't really get into the business of everybody else's business. Yeah, nigga, because you ain't never even did pay-per-view.
So I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. Everybody's different. However...
Yeah. No, I'm saying, does that happen in the business? We're just trying to clarify that.
Oh, yeah. Definitely does. Yeah. Definitely happens. It's but I wouldn't say half. It's probably like a quarter. You know, a quarter up front because these fighters could get injured, like, quote unquote, Shakur Stevenson. So they're not going to just put up everything. You know, injuries do happen in the training camps.
Wow, Killer, we're in the wrong business. Killer, we got to expand our business. All you need is a quarter of it, Killer.
Nah, I ain't out to jerk niggas' pause. That's the whole thing. You would have been made some millions fucking with us. That's the problem. These niggas be trying to get over on niggas, man. That's the problem, man. Let me ask you something. You brought up the Lomachenko fight a few times. That fight looked relatively easy to me for you. Was he scared to get hit? It looked like he didn't want to get hit. Going into that fight, like you said, you were the underdog, but you look like you should have been the favorite. You look really aggressive. You look way bigger, pause. You look way stronger. Was that an easy opponent for you? Or you were just that hyped to fight him that it made it look easy?
I think, yeah, I guess it's just the hype behind him, but no one's ever faced a fighter like me. I think that's really it. My father, he threw me in with pros by the age of 13. Like, he threw me in there with the Sharks, like, you know, and I always held my ground. So I believe in me, you know what I mean? Like, the best times that you really got to tap in on your belief is when everyone's against it. So that was my always biggest motivation. I knew that this guy never fought nobody like me. No one got the footwork like me. Every time that Loma did that little side step, I was right there, leveled back with him. That takes years of skills, yo. You either got it.
Oh, that just takes basic footwork, Teo. Stop trying to over exaggerate, because these niggas don't box and shit. You trying to make it seem like you sidestepping and making sure you got this nigga right in the line and shit. Is some form of, magical and allegedly, Vasily Lomachenko was battling a shoulder injury and he went into shoulder surgery. I don't know how much I believe in that. Sometimes motherfuckers take an L, be embarrassed, and then, all of a sudden they got a fake injury like Manny Pacquiao and shit. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? Maybe he actually was suffering an injury in the fight, and that's why he couldn't call. But I did feel like Lomo turned it up later on in the fight, but it just was too late. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't start doing shit until like midway through the fight, where Teo racked up all these rounds in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Teo honestly should have been beating the shit out of goddamn Vasily Lomachenko. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? But he won the fight, and I was happy for Teo when he won the fight because I was tired of Vasily Lomachenko. I'm going to sit up here and hold you. I was tired of the hype of Vasily. Now, he can fight, but I'm tired of the overblowing and, that shit was getting nasty out here. You know what I'm saying? That shit was getting nasty. The Vasily Lomachenko hype train, that shit was getting real nasty and ugly out here, dog.
You don't, and
I was proud when Teo got that win. You know what I mean? But it was disappointing to see how he acted after the win because you like, oh man, hell yeah, man, this dude Teo stood on that business. You know what I'm saying? Teo stood on that business for all of us. You know what I'm saying? We tired of Vasily. Oh yeah, shout out to Teo and his people and shit. I know his people proud of him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting that goddamn dub, getting Vasily Lomachenko the fuck up out of here at the end of the day. Not him, but just the whole hype. Get all that shit the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, then the nigga start acting weird after that, dog. And mind you, the nigga said he only made 400,000. So this nigga is geeked off of success. He ain't even get the money yet. He said he only made 400,000 off of his biggest win.
That whole situation, I did 10, 13 weeks of camp with him for that fight. So that's another thing. When I'm fighting top tier fighters that I know that have the abilities to make it a difficult one, I'm tapping in at 8, 13 weeks.
That was good.
Well, he said he'd be dancing and shit. That was that nigga. He said he'd be taking dance classes, so his footwork supposed to be crazy. Yeah. He wasn't looking like that dance nigga that he be pumping that he is. That's what you're saying?
I mean, hey, yeah, I can say that. I know Devin Haney can't, but I know I can. So, I love it. But see, I talk my talk, but I actually walk the walk.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that because Haney is cool with the show, and I have to ask this because you keep bringing that up. What do you think about the lawsuit and with Haney
and Garcia?
Yeah, choosing to to sue him.
That's madness, yo. I don't know. You might as well get out the sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like when the going get tough, how you go and sue? You can't. That's not how it work out here. I mean, that's why boxing is the number one toughest sport in the world.
Even though he took illegal substance.
Yo, you know how many of these fighters out there that are actually doing stuff and they watch that? You know how many got like connections with the anti-doping? That's why I want to bring in USADA. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring in
what's that for
USADA, United States Anti-Doping Agency.
Yeah.
Which don't play no game. They used to do with UFC, but Conor McGregor, he ain't want USADA to come back. And I like Conor McGregor. Whatever his decision was, that's on him. But he is a UFC. So the man didn't want USADA back, and they booted USADA out of the UFC organization.
So you don't think he has the right to sue since the guy took something away from his brand?
You know how you go and sue a guy? Go and fight him again and show the world why you the best. Like, this ain't about...
I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I do agree with, but I agree with it the other way too. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this nigga cheated me and shit, dog. I'm gonna get that, but the battery shit is where I'm like, that shit just kind of it looks kind of weak as far as like a casual fan would look at it. You know what I'm saying? It just looks weak, and then you got to do all this explaining to niggas and shit like that. So just from the outside looking in as a casual boxing fan, it looks weak as fuck to have battery down on your fucking lawsuit and shit like that. It's almost like you going to the police about Ryan beat me up. You know what I'm saying? He pistol whipped me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it almost looked like and shit. But at the end of the day, I do agree with the aspect of Devin Haney should be getting in there and fighting Ryan Garcia again. But if he doesn't take that, then I guess it is what it is. But um, I don't know, man. I think he should just stay far away from Ryan Garcia, man. I heard Bill Haney and them get out here and say they want that smoke again. I don't think it would be wise for them to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Because Devin has already came out here and said certain shit. He would never fight him again and all this other shit. He had that boy so rocked. That boy was on ESPN and said, I don't think I ever fight again. I don't even think that's what he meant to say, but he said that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, doing all that. Like of course we got to take a lot of legal action, but like how we going to be okay with even Bill Haney saying, the father saying that his son is going to go out there and kill Ryan Garcia? Like I go off of what I'm seeing. That's just mockery, man. Mockery to the sport. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, there's been people that's actually been dead from people cheating, putting plaster in they gauze and tape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they never sued them. And that was back then. I don't know what's going on now. This modern day era of boxing is like. That's why
That was actually a great point.
That's why I've been
I
like,
remember that when the person did that.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. That's why.
Now it's funny that I remember when the Wilder situation happened. Teo was calling Wilder all kind of bitches and shit like that. Devin Haney, he's a bitch. Tank Davis, he's a bitch. Oh, he's just a pussy. He's a bitch. Now Bud Crawford is a whole ass nigga and shit like that. Like shit is ridiculous. Teo has a thing. Oh, fuck ESPN. They can keep the black fighters, right? Teo has a thing at this point of hating on niggas, dog. And the fact that this nigga's up here on Cam and May show like this, like I wish Cam and them did a little bit more research, dog, before they actually just had this nigga come in here, dog. Like, whose idea was it to even bring Teo on this shit, dog? Because when a nigga like Teo come up, you can't. If you a casual like they are, you gotta be prepared for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit I could already tell that they don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they're just letting they're playing their role. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking Cam and Mason them. One of my favorite shows in general. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this clear. But I just wish that they had a maybe just more timing on this shit. You know what I mean? Before they could have set something up for him to be on there instead of him just walking on to the show and nobody knew he was going to be on there. That's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like Teo just kind of bum rushed this shit for real. He knew where this place was at and decided he gonna come stop through, or somebody sent him the link, or maybe somebody he knew that's part of production or something had his ass come through. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like doing other rounds right now. New York Stock Exchange, LA base. I'm just dropping everywhere. Florida. I'm planning on building boxing gyms, some facilities. I got to get out of this bit because nobody want to fight. Nobody want to be tough. Everybody just want to act tough on social.
So now Teo want to crash out because nobody want to fight him. So now he want to put his money into stock investments and this, that, and the third. He's looking for a way out of the business, but he'll get up here early in this. I don't know what Crawford doing. Crawford just looking for a retirement check. Rewind.
That's why
That was actually a great point.
That's why I've been
I
like,
remember that when the person did that.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. That's why I'm like doing other rounds right now. New York Stock Exchange, LA base. I'm just dropping everywhere. Florida. I'm planning on building boxing gyms, some facilities. I got to get out of this bit because nobody want to fight.
He said he got to get out because nobody want to fight. Nobody want to be tough. But when Crawford wants to fight Canelo, you're hating on it. But now you're out here begging Tank Davis for a fight. You know what I'm saying? You're using racial appetites at black fighters just so you can get the fight. You're desperate, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like remember in Rush Hour when the Japanese dude was like, "Wipe yourself off, you're bleeding." Yeah, that's Teo right there. You know what I'm saying? Wipe yourself off, man. You're bleeding out here. You know what I'm saying? Your goddamn pussy is showing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Nobody want to hear that shit when you're being hypocritical, fam. Now, I can see if he wasn't being hypocritical, you can kind of give him that. But, fam, you literally just got up here and was hating on Crawford trying to get the Canelo fight. Nah, well, fuck that. I'll fight Crawford. Nah, I'll fight Crawford. Because you want a big payday. And you don't want to wait. You can make your big paydays right there. Boots Ennis. You can make a good payday with Brian Norman. You can make a good payday with Devin Haney. You don't want to do that though. You want Bud Crawford. And everybody fake and don't nobody want to make the fights happen, this, that, and the third. And now you looking to get out the business. I told you, man, Bob Aaron was gonna get that boy, man.
Want to be tough. Everybody just want to act tough on social.
Yeah, because last year, it was sometime last year that you said you were retiring.
Yeah. Bro.
Why was that?
Why was that? Because I already knew. Like I already had. I know my mother, man. My mother, she she definitely, she wants me to be more articulate the way I express these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm 27. I'm young, but I ain't stupid. You when you see a script, you reading it, you already know how it's gonna end up. I know I can end up going and keep moving forward. If you're already in it, well, the only way out is through, right? But there's other areas, there's other ways to climb up that mountain. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely wanted to retire, but that was just to take a script out of Floyd Mayweather. He did it after he beat Ricky Hatton. He left out for like 2 years, and then boom, he made his equity, he made his worth, like again, and then that was Money Mayweather.
So now you're trying to compare yourself to Floyd Mayweather, and just like Floyd Mayweather, he retired, right? Floyd was already a household name before he decided he was going to sit it down for a year or two. Teo, you've never been on pay-per-view yet, fam. So what are you talking about, Teo? Like, stop trying to compare yourself because you got a couple wins that people are like, yo, nah, I give Teo credit for that one. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep doing this shit before you be mentioning greats and shit like that, dog. You can't do that, dog. You know what I'm saying? You was majority champ at 135. Give you a lot of credit for that. That win over Vasily Lomachenko and the way that he went about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he had a title. Then he knocked out Comey. Then Vasily had a title, and he had 2 titles. And then they was meeting up for undisputed, but Mauricio Salomon fucked it all up with this bullshit ass franchise belt, and that's what put a lot of confusion in the shit. And with Vasily Lomachenko ejecting to that, which made Devin Haney the WBC champ. He vacated it because he didn't want to fight Devin Haney. And maybe it's not because he didn't want to fight Devin Haney. It just was an all in-house fight. And this is why when people go, oh, Tank Davis been ducking Lomachenko, da-da-da-da. Leonard Ellerbe honestly got out here and told niggas the truth, but don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. The man said they had their own little tournament, in-house tournament going on. See, if it's the PBC pulling shit off like that, motherfucker be up here and can have all the details. But that white man, y'all let that white man get away with any and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Where the hell is all you niggas at slandering goddamn Eddie Hearn and the snake shit that he out here that he did with Devin Haney? Where y'all at? Y'all niggas more worried about who Tank fighting and shit. It's ridiculous.
So it's little things, and actually
our own brother. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't agree with everything Tank and them might be doing, especially when it comes down to siding with Ryan Garcia. I don't get that whole shit. But I guess in Tank's way, I guess I could get it, especially a nigga that's been using my name. They've been saying this, saying that about me, rooting on my downfall. And then, this dude that I beat end up beating you. You know what I'm saying? So it looks good. It looks better for me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But once that nigga had that racist ass rant and shit, Javante should have had his black ass out here motherfucking standing on business on top of that. See, this is why we don't fuck with Ryan. This is why I gave that nigga, the weird ass nigga, the fake number and shit, because I knew he a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he ain't got nothing to say. But if Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia, he got something to say about that. It's just certain shit I don't like when Tank be doing sometimes. And I gotta keep it a hundo. Now, as far as his fight, I don't have a problem with the fight because I said that. I said I don't care if he don't fight somebody that we don't know about or whatever the case. It could just be a stay busy fight. Long as it's the best person available. That's all that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Best person available, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anyway.
When Shakur was fighting Edwin De Los Santos, I think last year for the Formula One race, or 2 years ago, Floyd was like, "Yeah, you already know what you're doing," and he was just joking and laughing with me. We were just chatting for like 20 minutes tops. Like, there's a certain way to build this. Like, it's so simple though. It's not as hard once you got it, you know, because you're the face. You could really monetize whatever you want. That's why, like, my comment that a lot of people felt that was racist, whether it was monkeys, banana shit, it's just to spice it up. Because boxing, one thing is you got to be tough emotionally, mentally, physically, every avenue. So you can't take it as a insult, but other than a guy's pressing a fight.
So he knows that the shit he's saying was racist, but he's doing it to press a fight. Let's let him keep going.
And wanting a reaction from the other guy.
Okay, so question. Since you are only 27 and you've mentioned like
now what's funny about that is just like how I mentioned, if it's Devin Haney, Tank Davis is all over that shit talking hella shit. Why he ain't jump his ass out there when Teo said that shit? You see what I'm saying? He should have jumped his ass out there when he was talking that shit about that. But you know, it is what it is. They probably want to see the buzz about it. I think the fight between him and Teo might eventually happen. Teo is out here. He want the fight, and he's probably willing to even go down to make that fight happen. You know what I'm saying?
like retiring and like, just all those different factors. What do you feel like your end goal is?
I really want to make boxing great again in my own essence. Like, I actually went, like, these guys didn't take it lightly. I wasn't supposed to beat Lomachenko. Like, none of that was supposed to happen. A lot of people lost a lot of money and deals.
See, he keeps going in about this Loma. Bro, that was 4 years ago, bro. Like I said, we don't care about who won the championship in 2020. We're not sitting up here still talking about the Lakers and then winning that bullshit ass bubble ring. We're not talking about that. All right. We're talking about the Boston Celtics right now, sir. We're not talking about what you did in 2020 in the bubble with Vasily Lomachenko. That's a wrap, bro. After that, you got your ass whooped by Cambosis. Then you got beat again by goddamn Sandor Martin. You beat, like I said, you beat Josh Taylor, and then you fight a nigga with 7 fucking losses, bro, and was getting dinged up in that fight, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on, T. I mean, and then you lost to Jermaine Ortiz. Well, no. Well, hold on. No. The order was he beat Lomachenko, got his ass whooped by Cambosis, right? Got beat by Sandor Martin. In my opinion, he lost that fight clearly. There was even knockdowns; they didn't count. Then he fights Jermaine Ortiz. No, I think he fought Josh Taylor, and then he fights Jermaine Ortiz. And that Jermaine Ortiz fight, I thought he lost. And then he fights Steve Clackett, the nigga with 7 losses.
For that. So I became the black sheep of the boxing world. You don't hear me a lot. They talk about 140 division in my division, but they don't mention who's still the king. You know, done it in 2 weight classes. I could go for a 3. That's why I want Crawford. Crawford is the 3rd one. He has a ring lineal. That'll be my triple crown. That's like a hat trick in soccer. You out of the, like, numbers up. Like,
no, Tio. No.
I'm out.
You think you stopped Crawford?
I believe so. I've been getting better. Like, that's the thing.
Like I said, he think he'll stop, Bud.
What's the age gap that you start hitting your prime?
Around 26.
26 to win. In boxing, if you think about it.
30.
They wouldn't know what the prime was because they're not in boxing. Floyd was cook Canelo at 39, 38 years old. Floyd was damn near 40 when he cooked Canelo. So it really depends on how well you take care of your body, honestly, and the amount of punishment that you take within these fights.
31.
All right, so I'm in between that gap right now. Just turned 27 2 months ago. It's coming around. And that's why not a lot of them just want to see it. They don't want to be in it, but they want to see it. To see where they could put their other puppets or pawns or knights, whatever you want to call it, chess pieces, into play with me. So what I want...
You're doing the same thing for Canelo. That's what I told y'all. Y'all thought I was playing about that shit. Teo is exposing all this shit. Let me run this shit to you again. I told y'all him and Ryan Garcia was playing guard dogs, henchmen for Canelo Alvarez.
What's the age gap that you start hitting your prime?
Around 26.
26 to win. In boxing, if you think about it.
30, 31.
All right, so I'm in between that gap right now. Just turned 27 2 months ago. It's coming around. And that's why not a lot of them just want to see it. They don't want to be in it, but they want to see it. To see where they could put their other puppets or pawns or knights, whatever you want to call it, chess pieces, into play with me. So what I want to do, and you were saying, I just want to help the game because these other fighters that are coming up right now, all these young boxers from USA Boxing and from all the other organizations, amateur, like nobody really helping them out. Every time I speak my truth, I get a whip every time. I get slashed, but it's okay. This ain't for me. When my time is up, I want the next kids to have a clear road. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a true honor. You know, it's leaving legacy, and I'm great at it.
So if you feel like nobody is helping them out, who do you feel like is helping you out?
You know, they always say we can't talk about religion, but it's truly that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that. You know, I never took one in that anal. Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I do it the hard way. Like just, you know, like Kelly said, pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he lost me.
Now Teo claiming he ain't a part of the booty bandits. You know what I'm saying? Nigga Teo claiming he ain't a part of the booty bandits. All right. Let's get into it.
You just what? What?
You know, so I mean, listen, it's only one thing I can say, just one thing. It says,
now if Teo telling any truth, it could be to that because he still isn't one that's made a lot of money yet in his boxing career. His two biggest fights, 500,000 pretty much, and what I think he said 800,000 with Josh Taylor.
That he said, the Son of God, he said one thing. He said, follow me, you shall never die. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I done seen a lot of dark stuff, but through him, I've been able to come out of them. You know, so that's all it is.
Would you fight Ryan?
I know Ryan mentioned me. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia did mention me. However, next thing you know, he goes a couple days later, rewriting his stuff, and he says, you know, since I've been out for a whole year, I'm gonna take a tune-up. I know I ain't no tune-up, so he gonna go out there and probably fight somebody that maybe we know, but not at that level.
But would you fight Ryan? That's the question.
I fight everybody.
Everybody.
I know Ryan said catch weight. I don't do catch weights. I don't do catch weights. Like we go to 147, fight for a belt, world title. I do titles, do world titles. You know what I'm saying? And one thing though about me is that I gotta get in contacts, but USADA, United States Anti-Doping Agency, gonna call them, even if I gotta pay out of pocket. But like my takeover promotions that I'm building up, we gotta bring this into boxing because everybody else staying quiet and making a lot of money behind doors. And some dirty money too.
So if you were Devin Haney that night and he comes in 3 pounds over, are you still fighting?
Yeah, you're still fighting, but you gotta that's a choice that you make. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll fight you, but we gotta do, you know, we gotta see what will happen over there. You know, if anything, I go in 3 pounds and then, you know, you gotta have guys that are already watching that. You know what I'm saying? I be knowing if my guy made weight before we even get on the scale. You know what I'm saying?
How was that?
It's just boxing. It's a grimy sport. And sometimes you just gotta play dirty. You know what I'm saying? Well, you don't think Tank gets people to spy? I mean, we all end up doing something.
Between Ryan and goddamn Teo, they love name dropping Tank, bro. I mean, Tank gets a lot of coverage from these dudes, man. It's unreal. I don't know. Remember, Ryan said earlier in the video I was playing, I don't know if Tank is going to fight Crawford, but, you know, I would fight him, though. I would fight him. Like, man, what are you with Tank? But Tank ain't got shit to do with this. You the one on this fucking coked out cowboy cocaine rant and shit. Talking about you'll beat the shit out of goddamn Crawford and shit. Now you dragging goddamn Tank Davis in it. Like, come on, bro. Like I said, let's stay on Tank Davis on 3-way with you, Teo, and goddamn Teo and Ryan and Tank. Talking about some, yeah, man, we got to protect Canelo, man. Yeah, because Crawford going to talk about he going to go up there and fight him, man. Fuck all that.
And we all learned that from the guy that was TBE.
Floyd did that? You can't. How you got proof?
Yeah, man. Look, there's a lot of things. This is Floyd's town, though. This is city. You know what I'm saying? So, but he Money Mayweather for a reason.
Sound like
what you meant when you told you could? What you meant when you said you could kill somebody and get away with it?
When I say that?
Oh, I thought that's what I'm asking my man who love you. I thought you said that, and you said that some monkey shit he's telling me right now. I told him you on the show.
Oh,
you
yeah.
monkeys too?
Yeah.
Nah. See, that's why everybody be pulling that out of context. Like,
That's what I'm asking. Listen, I know you was on the show. I'm trying to get everything that these my friends love about you.
Nah, I love that. I love that. Nah, for sure. Look, so
he said everything that my friends love about you. All right.
There's 3 words that we can't say in any industry, right? And I think we all know that. However, what I just did right
what
there.
What are those 3 words?
I
ain't saying it.
I ain't saying it because one thing about me, there is always a line. There's always a line. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from Tupac and the other greats out there. So I ain't gonna press that. But all I did, man, was just hit a right on the belt line. Just punch on the belt line. But it wasn't illegal. You know what I'm saying? And that's
what you call a monkey.
Yeah,
All
he
right,
was talking pause about monkeys and bananas and everything.
Yeah, for real.
I was gonna get to that.
Then they texted me because like I said, I didn't know, bro. This is a surprise. He's on the show. I had my shit lined up. We've been talking about T. I didn't know you call black niggas monkeys.
Nah. Chill. Hey, and even then, man, I'll tell you, like, it's
Now Cam laughing and shit. Like, come on, Cam, bro.
Truthfully,
you clear it up. That's why you here.
That's why I know. For sure. So this is what it is, really.
Cam smiling too hard. Come on, Cam, man.
When it came to it, I gotta press them in any avenue. They don't want to fight me. Well, and the 2 guys that I was saying was Javante Davis and Terrence Crawford. But I was just talking about them too. I ain't talking about the bunch. And to clarify it more.
So, like, this is what I mean about Teo, man. Teo, worst thing for him is a fucking mic and being on camera, dog. So his explanation of saying why he disrespected all brothers and sisters is because he wanted a fight. And he doesn't mean that about all of us. He just only means that about Bud and Tank Davis. Like, bro, you expect us to believe that shit, dog? You gotta think we stupid. If you think that shit is acceptable, you really have to think we stupid as fuck. Nah, I'm not being racist towards all y'all. It's just them two because I want to get paid. And I haven't made $1 million yet in my career. And I'm ready to get out of this boxing shit. Bob Arum, he really is the devil. I'll be watching him a few times. I walked into one of the back rooms before a fight, and Bob Arum was sliding on his goddamn stomach. He was up on the wall. I said, Bob, what's going on? He said, T.O., get the fuck out of here. Then he done walked in one of the rooms, seen goddamn Bob Arum sliding like the snake he is, right on his stomach, like up against the wall and shit. You know what I'm saying? I told you a while ago, man, that Bob Arum was going to get that boy for that move for that stunt he pulled with that after that Lomachenko fight, because they had plans. Teo ran off on the plug. Either he wanted the rematch, or he probably wanted to bring in Devin Haney and make that fight happen. See what I'm saying? Or they was going, but the way everything crumbled out, Kambosa's got his opportunity. And they kept stalling that. And Teo just admitted that the stalling of all that shit, according to what he said, because one of the times they said that he had COVID. I remember that. One of the postpones, they got COVID. Another postpone, the ticket sales wasn't doing well, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And Teo thought he was a world international superstar after he beat Lomachenko, and his shit flopped. I think that's probably the only pay-per-view I don't even think that was pay-per-view. That was the Zone. But the Triller shit, that would have been pay-per-view, so we would have been able to look at what actually happened with that. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't he get kind of shaded out of his money with that too? You know what I'm saying? Because, Triller was playing some funny business too. But anyway.
Javante Tank Davis calls himself a gorilla, an ape, right? So I'm just referring back to everything that has been told.
All right. And I don't know if Teo must watch my last video. I think he must have watched my last video. Now the Tank shit I can give him, because Tank does call himself, and I call it Tank, the goddamn silverback gorilla. There is no one realer. For those that follow my channel, y'all know that's my moniker for Tank, right? Or my saying for Tank. So the Tank shit is like, you're borderline. I kind of can get what you're saying a little bit. I don't really take offense to that one. But Bud Crawford doesn't, he don't do the monkey business shit. So with that shit, you're being like, You're being disrespectful, fam. You just are. So the Bud shit is just like, you saying the Tank shit is okay, okay, you can get away with that, but what about Bud though? Why you calling Bud a monkey and he can whatever banana, this, that, and the third? Like, why are you saying that though? You know what I'm saying?
But the fact that I guess we're talking about when it comes to the skin complexion, then maybe it's foul. But I'm not on it at all. Like at all. I'm just tagging two guys. If everybody want to be in that two guy lane, that's between y'all. But I'm just focusing.
If everybody want to be in that two guy lane, that's y'all, bruh. Tio, if I got up here and insulted a bunch of fucking Mexicans, I don't get up here and say, you Mexicans or you Latinos, don't be mad that I'm dissing the fuck out of y'all and making fun of historically how people look at or will call quote unquote black people in America or anywhere around the world monkeys and shit. I'm not talking about y'all. Y'all don't take offense to that. It's just those two motherfuckers. What? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Tio, this ain't a good look, dog.
On two fighters right now, and if they can't get at me, then we gotta figure another way and move on.
If they can't get at me, then we got figure out another way and move on. So Tio is that desperate to where he's that much in to protect Canelo Alvarez that he'll get out here on some shit that he claimed he not even on. He claimed he fuck with niggas. That's what he claimed, right? But he'll get out there and do that shit so he can get a fight from either Tank or Terrence Crawford. Like, stupid, man.
So you basically was pressing their buttons to try to get a fight.
Exactly. Especially after Canelo's fight. We got into it, I was walking down, I was going to the ringside, and I just felt like this aura, someone watching me, and I turned, it's Crawford. I'm like,
he said he felt this aura and shit. You remember how Sean Porter talked about how he talked about fucking Terrence Crawford and shit. He talked about Crawford like that nigga was some kind of supreme being. You know what I'm saying? That nigga said, look, when we got face to face on that first press conference, he just had this kind of glow. Like, I just knew at that point I wasn't gonna win the fight. Y'all go back and hear about Sean Porter when he talked about Terrence Crawford and shit. He had this whole, glow about him and shit. And Tio over here talking about, I just felt this aura just like beaming down at me and shit. Tio seen his ass. He seen where he was at. He seen this nigga, but he tried to act like he didn't see that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He tried to act like he didn't see him. But like, nigga, yeah, nigga, I'm right here, bitch ass nigga. Turn your bitch ass around, nigga.
Like, okay, yo. So when we gonna fight? I ain't gonna let someone suck on me. I'm just not like that.
And he mushed you, right?
Nah, yeah. So he pointed.
He said, nah, he mushed you, right? Nah. He pointed.
And he tagged me in my face like this. I smacked his hand down. And then by that time, you had the police on top, all the security holding me down. Not him, but holding me down. I just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moment you put hands on me, that's it. Now we got to. I don't care. I really don't give up. I just don't. I don't. Like, if you saying you the best, and then he said, well, I want to fight you outside. I said, why? You scared the whole world gonna see me beat you? That's why.
So now you're saying that, oh, the whole world said that, first a nigga mushed me, I'm willing to crash out. Remember, I said that in my whatchamacallit. I said, Tio, man, you already had your point to prove, dog. Like, a nigga mushed me, dog, it's crash out time. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. Like, what, nigga? Like, oh, hell no, nigga, you got me fucked up. But see, Tio's fronting. He fronting and got exposed by Bud Crawford. That's honestly what happened. So if you're claiming this, this hyper shit you just claiming up here, right? Yeah, nah, nigga touch me, man. It's go time. It's go time. All right, well, Bud touched you, and he said, nigga, I don't want to do it in the ring. I want to do it outside. That was your time to say, all right, nigga, fuck it then. Let's go outside then, bitch ass nigga. Monkey ass nigga. That was your time. But you didn't do that. You sat back down, got on your best behavior, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then get in interviews talking about niggas as monkeys and shit and whatever banana, whoever want to get the banana first. Like, come on, bro.
Really don't give up. I just don't. I don't. Like, if you saying you the best, and then he said, well, I want to fight you outside. I said, why? You scared the whole world gonna see me beat you? That's why. That's why. I'm only one weight class above. That's it. I'm only one weight class.
You're only one, Teo? No, Teo. You're 2 weight classes below Bud. Bud is at 140. I mean, you're at 140. Bud is at 154. And we all knew Bud was going to go to 154 after the Spence fight anyway, because there was a whole discrepancy of whether or not the rematch, to be fair to Spence and all this other shit. And let's make this rematch happen at 154. That they were well, it wasn't in the contract, but Bud even talked about after the win that he was ready to go to 154 any goddamn way. So it don't matter. So he's been clamoring. This is why I don't understand why people are even entertaining this shit. This is something we should be like, yo, Teo. I don't know what Teo on, man, but let's go ask some different. Let's go ask somebody else something different, because Teo's not serious. He's just not serious. Because if he's that serious, then go fight Boots. Now that's one weight class. What's your excuse for not wanting to fight Boots? Oh, y'all came up in the amateurs, the nationals, or you're saying, oh, I'll fight Boots, but you ain't sending out no paperwork. You not aggressively calling out Boots. Why you ain't say Boots is a monkey ass nigga and come get the banana? All monkeys, I'm looking for the niggas to come get the banana. That's Boots, Javante Davis, Terrence Crawford, Brian Norman Jr., Jamel Charlo. Because shit, if you're willing to go up to 154, Jamel Charlo, right? Then stand on that. Stand on that business. Eric Lubison. You know what I'm saying? Stand on some business then, Teo.
Gotta go up 2 more. I'm just saying, man, it's like the Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran all over again in this modern day era.
Y'all, I mean, the fact that Cam and them niggas stood, I gotta give these niggas a round of applause for standing through all this bullshit that Teo was up here doing, dog. I mean, it just is what it is. I couldn't do it. We'd have had a lot of straightening going on if I was on the set of this shit. Like, yo, hold on, man. Yo, Mace, man, let me get a mic or something, Mace, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Teo, I got some pushback to say on some of the stuff you out here saying, dog. And we would have really fact checked Teo in real time.
If you guys like boxing, wouldn't you want to see that? No.
No, we want to see Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. That's what we want to see. And if Canelo's not going to give Bud that shot, then he need to be fighting David Benavidez. All right. And if Crawford doesn't, for whatever reason, Canelo decides he don't want to give the brother a payday because he is worried about that the fight's not going to be fixed. I mean, that the fight is going to be, it's a fight he can actually lose. But I can see Bud probably tackling everything down there at 154 before he calls it quits. All right. Well, who knows, man? Who knows?
And or wouldn't you want to see those fighters that are great shut me the fuck up, knock me out, and y'all can put it on the memes? You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't you want to see these fighters knock you out and put you on the memes? No, Teo, you're just in the fucking way. You need to be worried about the shit that's in your own division and a division above. This is why I say that the niggas out here playing interference for Canelo. Him and Ryan are doing this shit, ironically, and just magical timing of these niggas doing this shit. Now that the steam is starting to go for people wanting to see Crawford and Canelo. Just magically ironic that these niggas all of a sudden want to fight Crawford and Crawford ain't shit and this, that, and the third. And if y'all feel like he could beat him, then fucking let it happen. Y'all willing to get knocked out for Canelo Alvarez. Y'all niggas sad, though. Y'all willing to get the shit beat out of y'all for Canelo Alvarez is just the next level of meat riding, dog. It's the next level of meat gobbling. Next level shit. You willing to get knocked out for a nigga? Like, you that fed out over Canelo, dog? You willing to get knocked out and get your ass beat and put all over memes for Canelo Alvarez, nigga? This nigga's a clown.
And then say, this is what happens when you racist. Like, that good for me, yo. We gonna fight.
Say, this is what happens. What, you want him to come knock me out and say, hey, this is what happens when being racist?
This is exactly what will happen too.
Hey, you know what? And the only way we sign and we see what happens.
So more of the story is you called them 2 niggas monkeys.
Exactly. More of the story is that was it. I ain't
When Where do you rate yourself as pound for pound boxer on the boxing list?
To be real with you, are we talking like the modern day right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody
Nigga, they damn sure ain't talking about historically, dumbass nigga.
who's active.
Oh yeah, easily top 3. I'll say number 1. Fuck it.
This nigga said number 1. I don't understand how Cam and Mace sat through this shit, dog. Cam and Mace, dog. How'd y'all niggas do this shit, dog? I don't understand how y'all did this. This is fucking ridiculous, man. Teo is a cap artist, man. Cap artist. I mean, this dude is unreal. The nigga said he called himself pound for pound number 1. So the pound for pound number 1 fighter is fighting niggas with 7 losses. But talking about a nigga who just beat a nigga that was actually ranked to fight for a title, you're criticizing a dude that's pound for pound coming up undisputed to a new weight class, fighting a dude that's in position to fight for the title, and they fight, and the pound for pound best fighter in the world, wins that fight. You criticize him because the dude only got 11 fights. But you're the number 1 pound for pound fighter, and you're fighting a nigga with 7 losses. That's your last fight, Teo. All right? When it comes to Tank Davis, I'm pretty sure you're going to hear him come out here and talk shit about Tank Davis' opponent, whether he pulling him up a weight class or not. Keyshawn Davis want that smoke with you. Why don't you go up there and fight Keyshawn Davis? Keyshawn Davis said he'll come up to fight your ass. You don't want that smoke. And maybe that's probably a little bit of the backstory of why Teo wants to fight Bud, because he don't want to fight Keyshawn. Is that what it is, Teo? You don't want to fight Keyshawn? You scared of Key, huh? You scared of Keyshawn. Ha ha. Let me find out Teo scared of Keyshawn. Didn't Keyshawn and his people beat up on goddamn his nigga Pops and shit? So you let a nigga that beat up on your Pops and shit stalk you at fights talking about he want to smoke with your ass. And you gonna act like you don't see this nigga, none of that shit. But you know, you some kind of great, and now you gotta use racial tactics to try to get fights and shit. Like, you're a whole clown, Teo. You're a whole clown. And this is why the shit's not working for you, because you make bad business decisions, fam. Bad business decisions. You know what I'm saying?
You know why? Because ain't nobody ever do it the way I did it, at just how fluent I did it. You know?
How fluid you did it. Teo, your reign was short like leprechauns, bro. What the fuck is this nigga talking about, man? I don't understand how Cam and Mace did this shit, dog. These niggas is patient. I know Cam had that L lighting. He was lighting that L and shit. I'm gonna have to light the L because I don't understand how this nigga was. I don't understand how these niggas was getting through that shit, man. You talking about a narcissist. This is narcissistic behavior right here that Teo's doing. This is what you call narcissistic behavior. This is a crash course on narcissistic behavior right here. Straight up and down. Straight up and down, man.
Everybody who's active.
Oh yeah, easily top 3. I'll say number 1. Fuck it. You know why? Because ain't nobody ever do it the way I did it, at just how fluent I did it. You know? I started with the backflips, dances, celebrations, all that. I was mad witty with it. You know what I'm saying? And
started with the backflip celebrations. If I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn Tank was already doing the backflip and shit, but whatever. Teo's doing the backflip celebrations. You know, that all comes off ESPN because you were on ESPN, nigga. And they was having your ass do these fights on Heisman night and shit like that. It's always in a connection. You got to think top rank for that shit, nigga, for putting your ass in that position. So when you snake Bob like that, when they probably had a different plan for your ass after you beat Lomachenko and you decided you was your own boss and those other shit, Bob had to snatch your ass back in line because they built your ass. You know what I'm saying? They built you, fam. But your reign was short like leprechauns, though, bro. You won a fight. You got the belt. You beat Kwame. You beat Lomachenko. Then when you really at the height of your career, you fuck around and lose your next fight. You go to 140. You got the win versus Sandy Martin, but you didn't beat him, though. You didn't beat that nigga, man. You lost to that nigga, dog. They gave you, the politics gave you that win. Because they probably felt like how you was talking about Shakur jumping off a goddamn roof. Yeah, they probably felt the same way. Like, man, if we whatchamacallit, man, Teo gonna crash out.
Climbing up the ranks the way you need to. Everybody else right now, they got the name because they helped them. But when it comes to me,
but you built your own brand. You built your own brand. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. You did not build your own brand, dog. Now your fights and what you were doing in your fights, that helps part of your brand. But all of that shit really came from ESPN, dog. It all really came from ESPN. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting on free TV because out on a limb, you can't go out nowhere and sell pay-per-view. You can't have pay-per-view buys. A lot of people make fun of Devin Haney and shit like that. I guarantee you, Teofimo Lopez cannot do a better pay-per-view buys than Devin Haney. What Devin Haney and Lomachenko did, 150, they say, right? Some might want to say over. I'm just gonna give you the lowest number that they said on Lomachenko. Let's just say in Haney, let's say 100,000. You against any opponent at 140 is not gonna do 100,000 pay-per-view buys on pay-per-view. It's just not. Because you're not popping like that. Devin Haney in a loss right now is more lit than you. And when he gets ready to return, people are gonna be watching that fight to see if he's gonna get his ass whooped again, or if he a shell of himself, or whatever the case may be. But they will be tuned in. They will probably be buying the fight. Especially if the nigga come back and fight Ryan Garcia, niggas is gonna buy that shit again. Straight up and down.
ain't nobody helping me. I ain't signing with nobody. I got no co-signers at all. I did it with just blood, sweat, and tears. So the hard way. The hard way. You know?
Timo, you say you rank number 1 pound for pound right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
ain't nobody fighting me. I'll show you. I'll show you how nice I look. The next one. I'll show you how nice I look.
All right. Shout out to Cam. Even Cam was like, yeah, nigga, you wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Cam had to tell it like it is real quick. Shout out to Cam. Somebody had to do this shit with this nigga. I'm glad it had to be Killer. You know what I'm saying?
Where you from, man?
I was born in Brooklyn.
I believe Mace don't believe a lot of this shit, but he just being professional. You know what I'm saying? Mace being very professional about this shit. But I don't think these niggas really agree. Cam definitely stood on him with that one because come on to you. You're not pound for pound number 1. You're not, fam.
That's where the vibe is coming from, Killer. He said he number 1. I like it.
1 pound for pound today is crazy, Tio.
It's not.
Like
who would you put? Who would you put?
Over you right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now, my list is Canelo,
okay,
Terrence Crawford, Tank.
All right.
And the Mexican monster. Niggas is running from him.
Benavidez.
And number 4. Yeah, you want to say on Benavidez? That's what you.
Benavidez, I like him, man. They great champions, but he was complaining a lot about his hand and why he didn't look so good in 175 pounds. Nah, we don't do that, man. Like, you gonna get it hurt.
Everybody else.
All right, so now he talking about. See, Tio can get up here and talk about everybody's shit. Hey, man, your shit stink, man. Your fart stink, man. Your fart stink. Your fart stink. So he gonna sit up there and talk. Yeah, Benavidez. What you talking about? Benavidez? Same dude we talking about complaining about his hand being hurt. Tio, you talked about your esophagus blowing up and shit like that. After you got your ass whooped by goddamn Cambosis nigga. So at least with Benavidez, he was complaining about the shit in a win. We actually know he won the fucking fight. Compared to you where you got your ass whooped.
Side that I named though is undefeated outside of Canelo.
Okay.
And you know he lost to Floyd. He lost when he moved up in weight. So you thinking that you're
I got some losses on Canelo's record that, you know, they're not considered losses, you know what I'm saying? But whatever.
You should be number 1 over Canelo too.
Yeah, he the king of boxing. Let's keep him at that. That's cool.
He's the king of boxing. He's the king of boxing. See what I'm telling y'all? It's a protection kind of thing going on with Tio with the Canelo shit. This is why he even did, like, if Benavidez wasn't on this nigga helmet, he wouldn't be talking shit. He wouldn't even said that shit about Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? But because Benavidez is on his helmet and he know Canelo's this dude's particular guy, you know what I mean? And he get on his knees for Canelo, right? This is why he said he's the king. He could be the king. You know, I just want to be number 1. You know, I just want to be Simba.
Ooh, we'll keep him at that.
nigga,
So you'll be number
two?
two?
Cam, you bugging. Nah, fuck that, mother. I like when the nigga argue with me. Nigga, you should have told me
he couldn't go against his Latino brothers. He couldn't do that.
To be real, no. But chill, because he's on.
Hey, what you mean? Chill. Mace put it out there. Now look at Teo. Teo like, oh, these niggas got me. Body language is everything, dog. Let me rewind this real quick. See, I think she may see through a lot of this shit. But anyway, let's let it keep going.
Cam, you bugging. Nah, fuck that, mother. I like when the nigga argue with me. Nigga, you should have told me.
He couldn't go against his Latino brothers. He couldn't do that.
To be real, no. But chill, because he's on.
Cam, you out your mind, Cam. You bugging the fuck out. I'm number one. See, I don't like that change up of energy, man. Yeah, listen, man. If you feel like that, you feel like that, bro. Don't.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Teo has false confidence, Cam. It's a difference between niggas like Cam, niggas like Mace, niggas like myself, other people that's doing videos and shit like that speak how we speak. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga asked me, nigga, I think I'm one of the coldest niggas up here when it comes to doing the boxing shit, sports shit, political shit. I think I'm one of the coldest, period. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna tell me nothing different. Now, I give my appreciations and my love and my admiration for people that's done it before me that are the reasons why I even do this shit that I'm doing it at this point. But, you know, shit, you know what I'm saying? If you ask me though, yeah, I think all my shit fire. I think why ain't a nigga motherfucking subscribe to Tell Like It Is TV? You know what I'm saying? That's how I think about it. So if I'm in a boxing game, I'm thinking about it the same way. Like, yeah, you know, I got love for Canelo and shit, but nigga, fuck that nigga. I'm number one. You know what I'm saying? And shit, if I had to go up to 168, I'm pretty sure I get up there and give Canelo some work. You know what I'm saying? Since these other guys can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll really show my pound for pound status.
Let me and nobody else tell you no different if that's how you feel.
You got to go talk to Eddie if he say that. That's why I'm watching him. I'm watching his body language. Pause.
You got to move assertive. You got to move strategic. That's true. You know what I'm saying? And although I know what I am, I got to play a smiley face till then.
Why you got to play smiley face with Mexico?
You and it is what it is. This is why I would never support a Teofimo Lopez fight. I'm all set with the brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm all set with him. You know what I mean? I'm cool on him. I'm not spending no money on it. We will be if somebody else want to spend money on Teo, that's on them. I'm not spending money with Teo. I don't care if the stream lag out. It ain't that important to me. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga will get up here and disrespect the whole race of people just to pull out two niggas for a fight. And then his the shit that pissed me off is his explanation for this shit. Like, wait a minute. All right, I give you the tank shit, dog. Because I talked about that in my video. I give you the tank shit, but I can't give you. Damn, did I even release that video? No, I don't even think I released that fucking video. Nope. No, I didn't release that video. I meant to. If I didn't, I meant to release the video and I just never fucking uploaded it. But anyway, I did do a video on this shit. And I talked about it in that video though. I said, listen, I can get the Javante Davis shit, but the Bud shit, like Bud, nah, because Bud don't describe himself to be no fucking monkey unless you sitting up here behind the scenes and shit when you're around your people and shit, making little funny jokes about Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look at this little monkey eye, look like Curious George and you know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing shit like that behind the scenes. But other than that, you done brought that little private conversation of how you feel about Bud to the public. Because Bud has never came out here and said, I'm the silverback gorilla and I'm the ape, you know, and you know, I'm King Kong around this motherfucker. He ain't even on the monkey time. You know what I'm saying? He ain't. You know what I mean? So.
No, listen, let me tell you something, Murder.
Yeah.
This is.
Now, when it came down to Mexico, you know, now Treasure got the look on her face like this nigga disgusts me. You know what I'm saying? Mace playing it cool. I think Mace understands this nigga Teo. Teo's trying to, you know, make himself seem real bravado and shit. Like, yeah. I ain't going, nah, you right. I'm not going to diss my people, but I'll diss y'all. And whoever don't like it is whoever don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I would never support a Teofimo Lopez fight again. Thank you, Teo. Thank you, Teo. We in the ancient American community, at least for the smart ones that use their mind, we thank you for this interview. And I want to salute Cam and Mason them for letting this boy talk. You know what I'm saying? And asking them those tough questions about that. You know what I'm saying? I got to give them credit on that too, even though I do question a little bit of the knowledge on certain things. But their knowledge was up enough to where their ears was in the street to where the point they made sure they had to ask this shit. Tio brought it up and they still had the same question for his ass.
This is I guess we getting the mature.
Look at Treasure. Treasure look like she not feeling this nigga ad. Oh, look at Treasure. Treasure not feeling that nigga Tio ad. Oh, look at that. If a girl give you this kind of look, dog, she is not feeling you, dog. She not feeling you. You know what I'm saying? You might be at a bar or something, trying to holler at a chick, and she give you one of these faces right here. Bro, leave that girl alone, man. Leave that girl alone. You know what I'm saying?
Or team of Fimo, not the nigga who was talking crazy about niggas when he first started.
Backflips and
be
all
talking
that.
shit about slap niggas and all type of shit. This is a mature, grown up Teofimo that we're talking to. He ain't talking that shit like he used to. I ain't saying you ain't still boxing better than you used to, but you used to talk that shit. You all mild. You took a mushroom, nigga. But you all mild, laid back and shit. You used to talk that shit, nigga. That's why we was fucking with you. Shit done calm down and the man.
He done got his ass whooped by Cambosis, lost to Jermaine Ortiz, and lost to Sandor Martin. That's why the nigga can't be up here talking shit like that, because niggas be like, hold up, fam, you really lost to Sandor Martin. Hold up, nigga. You got beat by Jermaine Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? They gave you the win, nigga.
As to say, and we have to do things the correct way. Where the hell a nigga at? Bring him back after the break.
You gotta bring his dad on with him. His dad be going left.
Yeah, I like his dad too, man. I like his dad too, man.
Shout out to your pops. Yeah, he does a really good job.
Yeah, he do, man.
Definitely did a good job. Yeah.
Okay.
Has that.
So we'd love to have you stick around for more topics. We're going to talk basketball and football. So we're going to go to break. When we return, we will talk about the Knicks. Don't go anywhere.
All right, let me see. Did Tio stay on the show for the whole? Let me see.
Knicks acquired Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota. I'm going to let you go.
All right, so that's pretty much it as far as the whole segment with Teofimo Lopez and him talking about boxing and all this other shit. I'm about to get ready to get the fuck up off here because I gotta get up in the morning. But y'all niggas let me know what y'all think about this particular live stream with Tio, man. Like I said, man, this dude Tio, unreal, dog. Unfucking real. You know what I mean? And whoever's gonna like me is whoever's gonna like me. I'm not really worried about those that don't like me. I'm gonna insult one person, one because I can do that, and I'm trying to sell a fight, and I need a big fight. Like the dude is always hypocritical, man. I just don't understand the shit. Dude is just all the way the fuck hypocritical, man. Like the shit is crazy. See him and Ryan and shit out here protecting goddamn Canelo from Crawford, dog. All this shit to protect Crawford from Canelo. Which one of the monkeys want to get? Like I said, I get a nigga to tank shit. I give him that. But the Crawford shit, like Crawford don't call himself no monkey, so like you already kind of fucked up with that. You know what I'm saying? But then when you talking about when they called you out as far as the whole, oh nah, pound for pound, oh nah, I'll let Canelo have it. He the king, and da. And Mace called him out like, oh yeah, so it ain't gonna be no Latino on Latino shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing for that and all that. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, chill. Ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now nigga want to play games. Then the nigga want to act like he's standing on business when it come down to his comments now. Like, oh yeah, nah, listen, look, because at the end of the day, man, it's like this. It's like whoever don't like it, people are gonna love you and people are gonna hate you. You know what I'm saying? So Tio is just a crack. This dude is unbelievable, bro. Unreal, man. But like I said, I won't be supporting the Teofimo Lopez fight. Will I watch the fight? Probably, depending on who he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? But will I be supporting it? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you gotta get out here and assault a whole race of people just for two niggas? So you want to throw out any kind of black support you might have just for two niggas? That means you didn't give a fuck about the whole race all the way through and through. Straight up and down. Straight up and down, dog. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways you can say shit to get, you know what I'm saying? Get underneath niggas' skin and shit like that. But you ain't have to go there, fam, with shit that we know historically is like how people try to blacks and monkeys and da 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 da. Like you willing to motherfucking just go all the way there. You willing to crash out for Canelo Alvarez, dog. You willing to crash out on black support. And but like I said, some of these niggas are still gonna fuck with T.O. They gonna still buy the fights. And it is what it is, man. I just know I won't be supporting the T.O. fight. No, I won't. I'm all set, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Once you say some shit like that, dog, it's almost really no coming back from that unless it's like a whole out apology. You know what I'm saying? Nigga didn't even apologize. That's another thing. He didn't even apologize. Like, yo, if I offended somebody, I definitely want to say, I apologize and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't even classy enough to even wiggle his way out and say, yo, I'm going to apologize. Because these niggas don't feel like they need to apologize. A lot of racists, dog, don't feel like they need to apologize to niggas for shit, dog. And you as an ancient American, the older you get, I'm just telling y'all now because I'm 35 now. So the older I've be starting to become, and I'm watching shit, whether it's media, whether it's people in general, whether it's just being out and about and shit like that. But when you black, they don't have to. These folks do not feel like they have to apologize to niggas about nothing. And now we get a nigga like Tio, where it came down to address his comments. The nigga didn't even apologize. He didn't even just say, "Yo, if I was finished, I ain't mean it." I'm just trying to get these dudes. I'm just trying to get these dudes to fight. Tank calls himself the gorilla, so I kind of was more playing off that. The Bud shit, I can get why people were upset because Bud doesn't really talk about monkeys and shit like that or being a monkey or something like that. So I can kind of get that. That would have made me have a little bit respect for Tio. Like, all right. Shout out to Tio on that. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga just kind of got up there and like, he's so defensive. He's so narcissistic, and he don't want to make himself look weak to the certain fan base when it come down to dealing with niggas and shit. It's a shame. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. But shout out to Mason them for kind of following up on shit. Maybe they meant to do it, maybe they didn't, but divine timing can always got a way of hitting a nigga right in his ass at the end of the day, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. You know what I mean? And as you seen that look on Treasure's face at the end, that was a look of disgust after he said that shit. Like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, nah. And that's how I felt too after he said that shit. I'm like, damn, this nigga just ain't gonna apologize about the shit whatsoever. He just gonna stand on that. And we supposed to be cool. We supposed to support this bitch ass nigga for that shit. I'm not supporting Tio, man. I'm cool with Tio, man. I'm not supporting that shit, dog. Because you could have just apologized about that shit. I would have been more respectful about the situation. Even the nigga was capping a lot. I would have been a little bit more lenient on the nigga if he was just really, well, not lenient, because nigga capping, but I still would support a Tio fight. You know what I'm saying? But after that shit, man, nah, dog, I can't support this nigga, man. I'm cool on him, man. Cool on Tio, man. You're not gonna diss my people and shit to try to get a whole fight, and then you can't even apologize and shit. Nah, it wasn't to y'all. It's just to them, nigga. When you saying it to them, you talking to all of us, nigga. Because if you that comfortable to say that shit in the open about public figures, nigga, then what you saying about everyday niggas that might be somewhere in your hood, or people, some niggas that might be actually fucked up in the game? What are you saying about them when you in your homes and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear that shit with you, man. Why is it so hard for people just to apologize when they offend black folks, so-called black folks? Why is it so hard for y'all niggas? Like, nigga just can't say. I mean, same shit with Ryan. Ryan got up there, said that wild shit, and he got up there, couldn't even really apologize to niggas. Couldn't even just say, yo, I'm flat out sorry. I apologize. I understand my comments definitely totally not, it was definitely some dumb shit. I crashed out, did some dumb shit, y'all. My bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love my black fans. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hold me down. Shit, I got black security and things like that. And I take full responsibility for my actions and the things I said. I do not mean that. I just fucked up and just crashed out one time. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all can forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Nigga can forget that. But this nigga Ryan up there talking about some, oh man, look, you know, look, I mean, black people say it. They say it in songs all the time. My friends was hyping me up to say it. My friends was hyping me up and they're black. Like, no, Ryan. No, Ryan. You wasn't supposed to say no stupid shit like that in an apology, nigga. I'm saying, like, this nigga crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know they not used to dealing with niggas, because somebody that's really a nigga for real and got some sense would have told that nigga, like, yo, dog, niggas fuck with you, dog, right? All right, I was, just flat out apologize, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't make no shit, bro. Straight apology, bro. Just stick right to it, bro. You got a lot of niggas that rock with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Same shit with Teo. Yeah, you get on it. Whenever they ask you about this question, Teo, look, man. See, Teo should have had a OG around. Look, when they ask you about this question, Teo, look, man, just apologize, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because our people have been through shit in this country, and people do innuendo shit towards our people and shit like that, that maybe your people don't have to deal with all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or never had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Or they deal with it, but it definitely hasn't been in a long standing time as far as a historic way when we think about fucking America. You know what I'm saying? And being classified and reclassified and being land being stolen and all this craziness. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we really been through it. So, just put out an apology, bro. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You want to explain the Tank shit? I get it what you're saying about Tank. Okay, cool. But what Bud got to do with being a monkey, though? See what I'm saying? And that's where people is going to be like, yo, yeah, I know it could seem a little sensitive or whatever the case may be. But if you got out here and start disrespecting the gays, nigga, they'll make your bitch ass get out here and apologize, nigga, and make a whole full apology. You get out there and disrespect them Jews, Bob Arum himself will grab your ass up. You and your pops make both of y'all bitch ass niggas look in the camera and apologize. Bob Arum at 95 years old will grab both of them niggas like they ain't shit. Put them niggas in front of a camera and make them niggas apologize to the Jewish community. Straight up and down. A straight apology. You know what I'm saying? But with niggas, he can't do it. He can't do it. Look, man, sometimes, you're just going to have some people that love you and some people that have, bro, the look on Treasure's face after he said that shit, I was like, yeah, that's the sound. Like, when he said that shit, I kind of was like, this nigga Teo, man. This nigga he just don't get it. He don't get it. Why wouldn't somebody just want to beat up a racist then? Why wouldn't somebody want to just beat up a racist? Like, wouldn't you want to have the memes of, see, this is what happens when you're being racist? Like, Teo, this is how you going about trying to promote fights now? You got to be on a I hate nigga tour to sell some pay-per-views or get some name for yourself? All you using is black fighters, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Go out there and fight Ryan. Push a fight with Ryan. Push a fight with Rolly. Push a fight with the Vargas brothers and shit like that. Y'all niggas ain't friends for real. This is a business. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Get out here and fight these niggas. But nah, you don't want no smoke with them niggas. You don't want no smoke with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You should have been calling out Keyshawn. Should have asked his ass about Keyshawn Davis punching his pops and shit. Why he don't want to take that fight? Allegedly, Keyshawn Davis punched his pops. But Keyshawn Davis want all the smoke, nigga. Why you ain't calling out Keyshawn Davis? Oh, he ain't got no name. He ain't earned it. I'm in the A class. I'm an A class predator. These dudes. These dudes ain't really even came out of the nest yet. They still being babied and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but here this nigga is fighting nigga with 7 losses. Steve Claggett and getting lumped up by this dude. Okay? But tell you the TV, it can happen, man. You don't box. I'm not all right. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, I'll beat the shit out of Steve Claggett though. You know what I'm saying? I may not be no world class boxer, but I would beat the shit out of Steve Claggett, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sick right now. I would beat the shit out of goddamn Steve Claggett. Well, maybe not sick. Hold on, I'm bullshit now. I'm bullshit now. Hold on, I'm capping. You know what I'm saying? See, Teo got the capping, got the capitis on me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga out here doing all this capping and shit, but I could beat Steve Claggett though. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't no boxer, but I'm pretty sure I can give I would beat Steve Claggett probably in a better fashion than Teo did. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna push the issue and we're gonna knock his ass out. We're gonna make him feel that heat. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come through and make him feel that heat early and often. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna jump on his ass every time he make a mistake, we're gonna make him feel that heat. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Teo was making that fight harder than what he had to make it. You know what I mean? But that's because the dude his mind not right, man. Teo mind's not right, dog. Something off about dude. You know what I'm saying? Either that or this nigga's like some diabolical, racist and shit that's boxing. And he's just jealous of a lot of niggas. Or he's jealous of a lot of the situations that's going on at the end of the day where uh maybe these execs or whatever the case may be, which I don't think is true though, but you know, they're adapting to, the black fighter more. Tank Davis, right? He's getting a lot of buzz attention. Um, Shakur, yeah, I don't know what Shakur is. One day I thought Shakur was black until this nigga one day just came out and talking about he Puerto Rican and shit like that. Like, nigga, since when you just started becoming Puerto Rican, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, whatever, my nigga. So I don't know where we throw Shakur in. His mother's black, so I would consider Shakur to be a nigga at the end of the day. It is what it is. Um, Bud Crawford, these kind of guys at the end of the day. Devin Haney's, a lot of these before the loss, obviously, people are adapting to them. You know what I'm saying? As to where Teo probably just don't have the marketing ability that these other dudes have. Now, maybe some of it could be, they getting pushed through that door and motherfuckers pushing their backside and allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Teo could have been telling some truth about certain things like that within the industry and when you start getting high up because Teo is not really making big time money like that. For some of the wins that he does have, for him not to be making $1 million at least, it's kind of wild. Or close to that, it's kind of wild. So, and like I said, that's his biggest fight. He only made 400,000. So his biggest fight, he made $400,000. So, and like I said, never been on pay per view. So he's desperate to want to get on pay per view. So for him, he don't care what Tank Davis and them want to do. He just wants to fight. And a part of me does want to see the fight, but it's going to be on Tank's terms though, straight up and down. I want to see the fight, but it's going to be on Tank's terms. Nigga, you coming down to 135. Other than that, nigga, you might as well keep the band name out your mouth. It's either you coming to 135, nigga, there ain't no fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially for no diabolical racist ass nigga. That ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. I ain't giving you no advantage for nothing, nigga. Bring your ass down there to 135. You think you that great. You know what I'm saying? And we'll make the fight happen. You keep your title. You keep your title at goddamn 140. Bring your ass down here to 135 and we make the fight happen, Teo. Other than that, that can't happen for the culture. I can't give you that fight for the culture. You disrespected the culture at the end of the day. You can't have it. You know what I'm saying? But, we know that, boxing likes to have shit like this. So, it is what it is. I wouldn't, if the fight happens, I would support it just because it's Tank. But, at some point, though, it's like, come on, y'all. Like, come on, Tank, man. Y'all niggas got to get out here and be speaking on something. Like, I hear the team talking. Tank really don't talk like that, but it just be weird how the nigga come out here and talk crazy about either defending Ryan or talking about Devin Haney. But when Ryan had his whole racist goddamn rant, nigga was quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, damn, nigga, that'd have been the time to speak up and say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, then I heard the nigga went on another racist rant. Now I gotta listen to it because I just heard like a little piece of it. So I don't know where the context was of a lot of that shit. But it wouldn't shock me anyway if he actually did say something that was actually racist once again. It would not surprise me. It would surprise you niggas because you niggas didn't want to stand on that business on his ass when he was on a live stream saying all the wild shit he was saying about black people, so-called black people. And how ironic is it that he's cool with Teofimo Lopez? And how ironic, both of them are calling out Bud Crawford and calling him mediocre and shit and acting like his achievements and shit ain't shit. But Canelo's the king. But Canelo's the king. Here it is. This nigga, Canelo ain't never been 2 weight classes undisputed. Bud Crawford has. But Canelo's the king, and he's proven in this, that, and the third. But Bud Crawford's not. So you do know that he had to fight for those belts, right? You do know he had to keep beating competition and knocking motherfuckers out. Ryan got out here and said, "Oh, Bud Crawford's boring," but at 147, he was knocking niggas out. So how the fuck is the nigga getting knockouts boring? Like, these people make no sense, man. They make no sense. And between Ryan Garcia's fans, because at this point, I can't blame Ryan Garcia for being an arch deceiver. He's an arch deceiver. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia is an arch deceiver. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to Teofimo, he's a heavy narcissist. Heavy. You know what I'm saying? Got it real bad. You know what I mean? But that's, all of us ain't perfect and shit. You know what I mean? All of us ain't perfect in this world. You know what I mean? But come on, man. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to stand on that, at least on that apology, fam. And once I heard that shit, I was like, yeah, man, I can't fuck with Teo, dog. That's a wrap, dog. I can't do it. Can't fuck with dude, man. Like, just apologize, dog. Don't. This ain't about all y'all. That's like a white person get out here and call somebody the N word, but they coworker, they be like, nah, but my coworker cool though. I don't call him the N word. It's just all you other N words out there. Like, what? Like, nah, fam, that shit ain't cool. Matter of fact, bro, I'm gonna need you to stay away from me with all that N-word shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. I can't do that. Nah, I ain't talking about y'all N-words, but it's just those two N-words right there. All y'all N-words good. Man, hell no, bro. You talking about one of us, you talking about all of us, nigga. And we standing on that, man. Straight up and down. Anyway, man, don't get mad at me, man. I just gotta tell like it is, man. So shout out to day ones. Shout out to new ones, man. Make sure y'all niggas hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man. So I'm about to get ready to get the fuck up off of here. This is Fair Act Use, Fair Act Use. Shout out to Cam and Mason them. Shout out to Fight Hype. And we do not own the rights to none of those footages at the end of the day. You can go check that on YouTube on It Is What It Is. And you can also check the Ryan Garcia footage out on fighthype.com, or you can actually go to Ryan's Twitter and you can find it probably on one of his Twitter spaces or some shit like that. All right. But we're not looking to incite any violence against Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia. This is just boxing talk at the end of the day. I don't like when people want to be a part of the community, the hip hop community, but then they want to talk crazy about black people. That shit is just amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to do shit where black folks, so-called black folks, find the shit offensive that they're doing, and they say, hey, well, some people are either gonna love you or they're gonna hate you. All right, but they want to be a part of hip hop culture, our culture. But we ain't got no culture. The reason why people say we ain't got no culture because they stealing every goddamn thing. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. All right. But anyway. Tell like it is TV. Like I said, we're not inciting no violence or harassments towards Teofimo Lopez and none of that. Nor Ryan Garcia, or Canelo Alvarez. We just wanted to just talk about this particular situation because a lot of y'all thought I was capping about the shit I was saying, and Teofimo proved me right. All Teofimo and Ryan Garcia both proved me right about my suspicions of them doing all this shit to protect Canelo Alvarez. But anyway, tell like it is TV. We out of here, y'all.